Princess, you could never guess how happy I am to be here.
Yeah, I bet you are.
It's a good thing you don't bring your old man along on trips like these.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's just leave my husband out of it.
This love affair. This love affair. This love affair. Oh, my heart.
This is for Don't Stop the Chop. Woom, woom, woom. Da 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 da
Yes, people. Unmute, folks, unmute.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome everybody. So glad you guys are filing in here. We've got all of the family joining in. And welcome to the Real Soundcheck podcast. This is episode 22, guys. We have really been knocking it out of the park. So this is the podcast where we have 7 DJs. We only have 4 on the screen now, but we're going to have at least one more join us, where we talk about things from a DJ perspective, and we look at different issues within current affairs. We talk about music issues, and we've been known to make a record or two. So this is the Real Soundcheck.
chop up a few samples and
spit
a few bars.
Exactly. Drop a few bars. Yeah. So it's a podcast like no other. And I know I can speak for the guys on this. We're really proud of what we've been doing, and we're really proud of the support that you guys are giving us. So let's start shouting out who's in the chat today. So I saw a few new names. So we've got Camsy101. Shout out to Camsy101. We've got Laney J. Big up Laney J. Mitchie Boo is in the chat. Welcome.
Rap.
Yep, definitely. Who else we got in the chat, fellas, that you guys can
Mad
see? We got
Trini's
Mad
in the
Trini's in the house. Mad Trini in the house. Mad Trini in the house. Richie Ranks. Big shout out to Richie Ranks.
Salute, brother.
Thanks for dropping in, my brother.
We got the Real Muggsy in the house. The Real Muggsy is in the building. Big up Muggsy.
Cool. Yep, we got G-Force Leroy's in the house.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Door Tapper. Has anybody seen Door Tapper's name before?
Weren't they here last week?
Yeah,
Welcome back, Door Tapper.
Welcome
back.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you guys join us here, because without you guys, this really wouldn't be possible. We really wouldn't be worth doing it. But you guys make us feel so loved and wanted that we keep coming back and we're doing it week after week. So, like I say, we've only got 4 DJs on the screen right now. We'll have at least another one show up, if not another 2, depending on how things go with them. So, Friction, how was your week, man? How was your weekend?
Not bad. I've been knee deep in planning. So I've launched a new event brand, Casual Brunch,
excellent.
and I've been knee deep in that, man. So I made the announcement, I think it was Friday or Saturday, and then the balls just started rolling. So that's, if you know me, I'll get consumed by things. So I'm currently consumed by that.
I love it, man. you know, Friction. When Friction's planning something, it's like CSI. There's like a board. I can imagine there's a board in his yard, and he's got pictures and like
strings
pins
and
and the
string,
cord.
the cord, yes.
You see that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You know what though?
It's like Usual Suspects, man.
There's a blessing and a curse all in that ball, because when I say I'm consumed, like, nothing else gets done. I don't sleep.
Yeah.
I struggle. I don't struggle to eat, but I don't eat as I should. You get me? Everything just gets dropped. I'm just neglectful to myself.
Just hyper focus.
Yeah. But the blessing of that is I get stuff done. When it's time to do something, if I'm on it and I'm on job, that's it. It's getting done. Banging it out.
It's did.
So yeah, man. This week has been all consuming.
It's did.
So Tech, what's going on with you, man? How was your weekend? How was last week for you after Monday?
Yeah, last week was all right, usual work drama, you know what I mean, but it can't hold the profit down, you know what I'm saying? But good weekend, just nice and chill. Went and caught the new Avatar movie before it left the cinema this weekend. It was dope, man. It's a long ass film though. It's like 3 hours long, 3 hours something.
Okay.
But it was good. It was good bit of a spectacle to watch at the cinema. You know what I mean?
The
it was
blue
good.
people. The
Blue and green folks this time. Some green folks up in the place.
Oh wow! So it wasn't racist.
Yeah, it wasn't racist, man. They were all inclusive. Blue and green folks got bombed like a what? You know what I mean? It was dope.
Any rainbow folks? Or we're not discussing that.
Rainbow? Well, I didn't see none. They're just blue and green. You know what I mean?
No rainbow magenta.
Folks. No, magenta. Or no.
Magenta, turquoise.
Someone's going to be offended.
Probably.
Of course.
Somebody, how come they're all blue? How come it's always blue?
Yeah, man.
What happens when the blue and the green people get together? I didn't see none of that. Oh, boy. Dave Knight, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you very much, sir. I'm good. Just, here, just going through, doing what you do to try and get through the week. The week was a bit of a blur, just with shoo. Because I'm thinking to myself, what, we're tapping on March's door already.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I was going to put up a post the
week?
other day saying, this is it. That thing that you wanted to start in January 2022, it's now March 2023. So it's like,
Just
You might
saying.
want to
Just
step
saying.
a step on that.
yeah, it's one of
Get
those.
on the gas.
Yeah, exactly. And even just talking about just things in general, about life and getting things in order and putting things together that you need to get put together so that you know you can take care of your peoples, you want to look after peoples, you want to, especially if you have a family, want to make sure they're looked after and cherished as well. You know, you don't know when your last day is.
And this is an
So-
important topic, and we need to try to push this topic forward as something that we discuss. So as a group, we need to kind of prioritize getting that segment pushed forward.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, I was
think
talking
so.
with my partner about it, and you know, discussing what things need to be in place about, you know, just even something as simple as who gets what belongs to you when you're not here.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Look, I'm literally reaching over here now.
There you go.
See? There it is. There it
On the
is.
screen is showing Wills and Trusts
Yeah.
folder getting ready, and I was actually thinking of putting together a folder that you can actually have all the things in place that you need or to think about. So you know,
Yeah. So
lots of
just got
things to
those
think about.
signed.
And stuff.
And
Me
the
and
next-
Cammy
the
have been
next-
putting together a tray of items and stuff like that since the
Yeah.
beginning of the year, because for some reason it just felt like we need to start really putting this kind of stuff in a central area where if something should happen to both of us or either one of us, we know where to go and we can start kind of trying to get our affairs in order.
Exactly. Because was it? I can't vouch for this for 100%, but I think it was something along the lines of Barry White was married,
Yes.
but he kind of left her, but was living with the next woman. They were living together for a few years and whatnot, and then he passed. But because he didn't officially get divorced, everything went to the ex.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that was it's a great story behind that too. I can't remember all of it, but that was like the love of his wife, his first wife, Claudine, or Glodine, something like that was her name. And she made sure that everything in his estate was, you know, kind of well looked after. But yeah, that's why he never really sorted things out, because that was like the love of his life, really.
Yeah, it's just,
And I think the new wife had a baby, and he wasn't sure it was his. So
Right.
Goldie, but I thought her name was Goldine. But Kamsey says Goldie.
Goldie. Okay,
Yeah, so,
he didn't trust
yeah.
his new wife. Ooh.
Nah.
The susu, as Butch Cassidy would say. Salute Butch, salute Diesel, and of course salute Mr. DJ Croc.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Our brothers that are with us, but they're just not on screen.
Indeed.
See that?
Definitely.
I had a status update the other day. Apparently, Croc is still sat on a beach with his feet touching the ocean.
Tell him just his noise. That's what you should tell him. So I don't want to send him them photos there. Next time I'm going to log into a Zoom meeting and he's sending me photos of his foot.
2 foot.
Sandy ass foot.
And just the
You know
horizon.
what? You know what? Watch it pop up. Watch it pop up at some point.
I know, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pop up and cost some bad work.
Doing a rumba somewhere
You get me?
in a string vest.
In a string vest this time.
That's it, man.
And grown folks, sir, how are
Yes,
you?
sir.
How's your week?
I'm A+. My week has been really good. Time is really going by quickly for me. For some reason, it just seems like it was just Christmas, and now we going into March. You know,
There you
it's
go.
just, time is really flying by. But yeah, I had a great week. Really busy. Able to get a lot of stuff done behind the scenes and caught up on some things that I need to catch up on. But yeah, it was really cool. Yeah.
Nice,
Looking
nice.
forward to the next Buddha Palm Cinema. I tell you that.
Hells yeah. Yes, March the 18th, in case you didn't know. Yes, the Claregate pub in Wolverhampton. We'll be having London and Washington royalty coming down to come and see the thing.
All right.
Roll
Yeah,
out the
man.
red carpet.
See it there?
In the
See it there?
hells. Up in the
Yeah, man.
hells.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be nice.
Paparazzi all
Bit of
over the
niceness.
place.
Friction.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
It's gonna be all that.
Tech this way, tech.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm hoping. My hope for the night, right, is that I'll get to see the £75,000 jeans again. That's all I'm saying. That's what I want to see.
Okay, let's move on.
I'm intrigued.
$75,000.
$75,000. You match that?
I just hope this time I buy the tickets and go on the right day.
Yeah, man, do that.
The last time I bought my ticket, I'm all eager to go, you know. Tech was like, yeah, man, yo, where was you last night? I was like, what do you mean? I thought it was tonight. He's like, no, it was last night. I was like, oh.
See, you could have been mean. You
I had
been mean
nothing to
say,
do that night, you know.
Yeah, he's there. Yo,
I done nothing. Just in my yard chilling. That was before I started live streaming and everything. I was doing nothing. Wanting something to watch. And I'm excited about Saturday night, and it was on a Friday night. I was like, oh.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah.
It's gonna be dope. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, and you know, with some nice vibes.
Absolutely.
Enter the Dragon, Buddha Palm style. You know what I mean?
Palm
With
style. And I'm
updated
interested to
soundtrack.
see how that's going to work because I'm really excited about that because I know you
Yeah,
got
man.
something special planned for that one.
Yeah, it'd be dope, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
Frickson, you
know-
got
I
any
don't know
dates
why.
for your new venture?
Yeah, so the date is Saturday the 6th of May. So it's the first bank holiday of May. There's 3 bank holidays in May this year, isn't there?
yeah.
We've got the first one, you got the additional one for King Charles's coronation, and then you got the
Right.
one at the end. So we're doing it the first Saturday of the bank holiday, Saturday 6th of May at Channel 7 Bar in Digbeth, Birmingham, right next to the Custard Factory. It's a nice little bougie spot as well, man. It's
Bougie.
yeah, man. It suits the brand.
Yo, I'll have to grow a little goatee or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Rare groove. It's rare groove, soul, R&B, hip hop. So
Hipster spot. Yeah, man.
casual brunch. So you can picture the settings. You get me.
Yeah, man.
Come in, yeah.
man.
Come casual and ready to rock, man. So, but you'll hear
Okay, I
a
was
lot
gonna
about
say,
it.
is
I'm on
do you
it
have
now.
to come ascot? You know what I mean? Ascot to tie or not?
No, it's casual.
No.
Let's go on
Clean.
top hat. You know?
You know, yeah.
Tails.
You can wear your Lacoste tracksuit or your Montclair tracksuit.
MCM tracksuit.
Yeah, man.
Naff.
Yeah, man.
G-Force can wear his Sergio Cicchini tracksuits.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
You know, with the zip off legs. You know them ones.
So you're gonna be doing a live performance and do the whole.
You get a discount if you bring your tennis rackets.
Yeah, man.
So we got Deezer Got Skills is in the house.
Big up Dizza.
Welcome.
Yeah,
welcome.
that's my brother. Yeah, man.
All
Big
right.
up Dizza.
Yeah. So I think we've kind of touched it. So Dave, you got anything you want to talk about as far as events coming up?
Events wise, I only have a little booking for a bed party coming up real soon. We've got Soul Boat Party. That's going to be on the 7th of April.
Nice.
Boat party's
So I'll
always
be
good
doing a
fun.
little something there. But aside from that, it'll just be popping up on caramelradio.com every so often.
Cool.
You know,
Cool.
and on Twitch and whatnot.
Do you keep in touch with Kelly Welly Boy, or y'all just bump heads when you bump heads?
Yeah, we bump heads when we bump heads. You know, he's pretty
busy
cool.
man.
He's pretty
Busy
cool,
man, though,
you
isn't
know.
he? He's making moves.
Like I said, to get him on the dub plate, I had to go through his agents. You get me?
Ethereum.
I had to send about three emails and pay him in Ethereum. He wanted his money up front. I was like, yo,
front,
it's
even
brother
before
ain't
the bars
joking.
were written.
You get me?
Serious, man. It's a
I had to pay to
serious
send
business,
him,
man.
I had to pay to send him the beats.
They come like Ofcom, you have to pay £600 just to give them the piece of paper to say I'd like to apply for a license.
Oh wow,
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
No,
So
Kelly
on
Welly's
that-
doing all right.
Good. On that note, guys, let's start looking at what we're going to discuss today. Do we want to do a nice, sexy transition into our
Yeah,
first
let
topic?
me see that shit, man.
Sexy.
Hi, I'm Junior Giscombe, and you're watching The Real Soundcheck Podcast.
So,
Sexy
once
transitions.
again,
Sexy.
sexy transitions.
So, Dave, I'm going to hand it over to you, my brother.
Cool. So once again, you are listening to the Real Soundcheck podcast. Thanks for tuning in and checking us out. And if you have anything you'd like us to discuss, remember you can drop us an email at reachalttv@gmail.com. Now this week we've got 3 little topics that we're going to cover. The first one being surrounding Spotify and AI DJ. And then later on we'll be touching on parents and monitoring the release of music, how you deal with that. And then we'll be talking about the UK's best music genre. So make sure you stick stick around, and also invite people in as well. You know, let them know what's happening. Send them to myalt.tv. So the Spotify company are introducing an AI DJ feature, and we all looked at ourselves and we were like, the chat just was like, nah man, they're coming for us. So Spotify has launched a beta version of an AI-powered DJ feature that curates and commentates on an ever-changing personalized playlist. The feature uses artificial voice powered by voice tech from Sonantic AI. The feature scans fresh releases and suggests new artists users might like, or takes them back to older tracks they previously enjoyed. So the AI DJ's commentary is apparently pretty accurate, culturally relevant, and matches the personality of the DJ voice that you've chosen. So it's customizable as well, but I mean, really and truly, you can only really use it if you're in the US or Canada at the moment and you've got a premium service. But is this something that a lot of people will start to take on board, and what circumstances will they be using it in? Will it be just for going on a little party at home with 3 or 4 people, or will it really now move into the area where bars and DJs are no longer going to have their arrangements anymore? Why am I paying a DJ to come in when I can just let Spotify do the work? I can pay them £10 a month or however much it is, if it is £10 a month still, and you know, have the AI DJ just do everything and announce stuff as well. It's going to be an interesting few years as AI grows, because in the group chat that we have, maybe about 3-4 times a week, there's some new AI tool that we found and we're sharing and we're talking about what's going on. So gents, what are your thoughts on the AI DJ situation?
What a thingy.
When I first saw it in the one, you know.
Yeah, definitely. When I first saw it posted in the group, I was like, it's over. This is the start. Yeah, man. It's the beginning of the end. That was my initial thought. I thought, here we go, it's on. But then when I went and looked at it and I watched the promotional video, I know this is the first release of it. They're going to develop it further, but just that initial sort of service it provides, I thought, okay, it's not really a DJ as we see a DJ. It's more presenting. It's more commentary before the track. So what they're going to play, why they're going to play, why you're going to like it, and then it'll play the track. So it will select for you and then just give you some commentary as it transitions in and out. So yeah, when I saw that, I thought, okay, it's not quite putting us out of business yet, because it can't do what we do. Yeah, but this is just the start.
It's like, what are they trying to achieve with this?
Yes,
because
what are they working towards?
They've already got autoplay.
Yeah, they've already got that, and it's pretty accurate too.
Yeah, the autoplay stuff in terms of suggestions, but in terms of like a party, is it really going to be able to do the thing that, like Vic says, that we do?
Yeah. I mean, like Richard Rank says there, it's definitely more of a radio type feature rather than a DJ feature.
And see what Kamsi says that she hates it all. The regression of the human race takes away all critical thinking. I mean, can you imagine the voice as well? I'm now going to play Candy.
When I first saw it, I says, I really hope it's not that, that irritating TikTok voice. You get me?
No, apparently the voice that they've used is somebody actually from Spotify. There was like a Spotify radio channel or sort of like a podcast that Spotify did, and they've used that person's voice for basically to base this on. So it's a person's voice.
Actual person's voice. Well, again, you can almost get anyone's voice with another AI tool that we shared the other day.
Exactly.
Someone sampled Eminem effectively.
I saw that. That's what I was going to bring up. Oh my days.
And used it in a track without Eminem's permission. So he didn't release it, but it's already on Instagram and everything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
They used
Eminem's
two different
voice.
AIs, didn't they? Had one AI write bars in the style of Eminem, and then the other AI read those bars in Eminem's voice.
Yeah, exactly that. It's mad.
It's mad. It is crazy. It is crazy. Do you know that, like you said, like exactly what you said, I agree with you guys about this in that I think at the moment it's kind of doing a presenter job more than anything else, and just talking after the fact and then introducing the next track sort of thing. So I guess maybe it would have more so more sort of effect maybe for radio DJs possibly,
Yeah.
but like I said, this is the first. This is like the first iteration of the thing. All right. I don't know, man. But the thing is, right? Look, I posted this on like on a group on Facebook, and a lot of people said, "Well, it can't read the crowd. It can't read the crowd. Can it scratch?"
Exactly. That's exactly what Richie Rankin said. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can't read the crowd. But the technology is out there that can read crowds. That's the problem. So at Birmingham New Street station, they had I forget what it was called, but it was basically like a magic eye thing that looks at the crowd of people that are outside Birmingham New Street, and then it adjusts the advertising that it displays accordingly based on the demographic of people that it's got.
Yeah.
So it's reading what people are there, and then altering that according to that, and it's been there for a few years now. So
I was just watching a news broadcast before this show here, and they're using an AI to look at fly tipping, and the camera supposedly is not on until something appears that looks like it's doing fly tipping, and it activates itself and records it and looks for license plate numbers and all that kind of stuff. So the technology is already there to, I guess, read a crowd and see how it's reacted for the last three songs, and then adjust itself for what's coming forward. So I think that's feasible.
It's crazy.
So imagine, you know, what a DJ there, you just got a load of cameras just looking at everyone's face. So who's killing teeth, who's vibes in, just change up different playlist. You know,
Kamsi's got a comment saying, so if you have a request, how will it handle that? And I'm thinking it probably handled it in the similar way to Alexa. But again, not one person is going to control a whole entire room's energy except for the DJ. A friend of mine, actually DJ Hearsay, shout out to him, he put up a post the other day and he's filming someone who is requesting Burna Boy Last saying, but I'm leaving in 10 minutes, please can you play it now? Oh wait, I'm gonna play it soon. I can't play it right now, we're still early, got to make more people to come. I'll play it soon, but is it gonna be in the next 10 minutes because I want to go? And it's like, that some people might actually prefer the AI to just take over from that point and just deal with the people.
AI is up next, so it's playing after me.
That's right. It's not in my box, but the AI's got it.
They probably do like feature requests or like a list. So the more you request it, the more chance it's going to get pushed up the playlist. Yeah. Something like that. The other thing I remember hearing about Tesco's. And they've been working on some technology where it's got face recognition and location, so they know when you've walked in their store, they know who you are. It's linked to your club card, so they know what your purchases have been for the past however long you've had your club card. So they know, boom, okay, Tony's coming. He usually comes in on a Tuesday night and buys bread, milk, eggs, etc., to keep him for the week. So they know, boom, he's walked in. They'll send you a voucher to say, 50% off X. Because they know your buying patterns, where you are, etc. So it could be something similar to that, where you go to the club straight away, you check in, or they know you've scanned to come in, so they know, okay, Tony's here. Tony likes X, Y, and Z. The last time he came, he requested these, and these, so we'll add that to the playlist. Probably do something similar to that.
Yeah, because Spotify also have, if I'm not mistaken, there's a group ability to request songs or control Spotify. If you're having a party, a lot of people log into it and they can do that.
Log into a group,
But what I just thought about is probably something that Dave has an app that could probably get involved in that as well, where you take people's recommended playlists, isn't it, Dave? And use that in your app.
Good News is actually a personalized way to find DJs and events that play your kind of music. So you, as a DJ, you can go in there, put in the list of songs that you play, generally different genres or different types of nights that you go on. And then when people come along and they download the app as well, they put in the songs that they like to hear. And then Good News in the background is going to match you up with the DJs and events that are playing those songs. So if you like, your top 3 songs, you're going to see, okay, that DJ plays those songs, that DJ plays those songs. So let me follow those DJs and I'll know when they'll be playing out next, and I'll get more of the music I like when I'm going out. or if you're a music connoisseur and you don't prefer to hear things like Candy all the time, you may prefer something a little bit more like October London, then you can put October London songs in there. You'll find the DJs that are playing those cutting edge tunes. So that's what that's kind of about. But I can see where, same to Frick was saying that they build up a list of what you like, then they start just playing and suggesting what you like. So it may be that we get some more funding for it and we do another version that's AI based. It just listens to what you're listening to.
There you go.
It's going to be a crazy situation these next few years.
Yeah. I'm not sure whether we discussed it on the podcast or if it was in the chats, but I remember we were saying like it developing to a point where you could say, create a playlist in the style of, and you put the DJ's name in there, so you could say in the style of Croc or in the style of Tech or whatever, and it literally knows your style, how you play. Do you get what I'm saying? And you could say, make it a party set, and then boom, you press it, shuffle up, mixing, scratching, selecting, everything. That's potentially where it could end up.
Because it's not going to exactly like read the room and say, okay, let me spin it back now, or let me wheel it up now. It's not going to cut the tune in at a certain point. It's not going to bring in the instrumental for a bit and take out the bass for a bit. It's not, as far as I know, it wouldn't be doing any EQing at this point in time. If I'm not mistaken. So there's a long way to go for it to actually do that. But again, as G-Force has mentioned, it's a lot of machine learning that's happening. A lot of machine learning is just taking the information in and saying, oh, you do it like this, do you? Okay, let me just copy that.
I think, again, Richard makes a good point here about, isn't it all just part of creating an echo chamber where people just continuously or end up just listening to the same stuff over and over again, just curated by machine learning models? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could be.
Because at the moment, music discovery is either through social media, Spotify or YouTube. Whereas before you used to go down to the record shop and you'd only be able to get what's being released by the major record labels. Now you can find and follow all the independent artists, but if it's starting to come to a point where it's trying to just show you certain songs, it can hide all the best stuff from you. So it's going to be interesting. We still need that peer-to-peer contact.
Yeah, because literally, that realistically, I think that's a really great point, because literally that's what it is. Because at the moment you can go to all these different sources, your Bandcamps, your whatever, find all these independent artists, but then if you're solely relying on Spotify telling you what the next lick is, you know what I mean, then you've only got, you know what I mean, you're narrowing your focus on hearing just a select amount of new music that's sort of decided upon by something else, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I don't get to hear tracks that go sorry, that's a song. You don't know the rhythm.
Have you got the one that go no, Gosh, is on that. What do you mean?
Yeah, there's a song
Give me a list of songs that sound like Fisher Price made them.
With a disgusting bass line.
And it probably will do that.
You're talking about, you mentioned about the production and the recording of tracks. You imagine it getting to a point where they literally have to have like a separate category, so like AI generated. So you go to an award ceremony or whatever, best AI generated album, best AI artist, just to make it fair. You get AI
artist.
That's going to happen.
Because the work rates, you know, I mean, people say Drake's got a high work rate. He bangs out, two or three albums every now and then. You imagine an AI where it's just pumping out
just
track after track after track after track. You can't compete.
Like the top 100 could be one artist.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. One AI in one day.
What I've just thought about is, and I think it might still happen. It might still be happening now. There's been DJs who've been booked for events, maybe large events, and somebody will catch a video of them where they're not actually playing.
Oh yeah, that's been going on.
They're not actually playing. There's something pre-recorded, something is being played. They're just looking like they're actually moving stuff, and they're just doing this for the crowd.
I think David Guetta was caught out doing that, wasn't he?
Right. The equipment's not even connected to anything. But they're there.
You deserve to get knocked. You deserve to get knocked. Right? If you've not put an XLR into the back of your thing or a power cable into the back of your mixer, you deserve all the smoke, man. You know what I mean? At least plug the thing
minimal
in.
efforts.
Come on, minimal, man. Real.
You got one
Like the
job.
cable doesn't need to be plugged into the back. Just put a cable in the back of the thing. You know what I mean? That's lazy, man. That's lazy.
Do you see what I mean? So I'm thinking
Bluetooth mixer.
This is it. A Bluetooth mixer, really? Really? So we've gone from pretending to DJ to now having the sync. The sync button was the first thing that DJ was like, what's going on here? But now there's going to probably be a few DJs who are using the AI and then going to be standing there like, yeah, this is me mixing, when it's actually the AI mixing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because doesn't virtual DJ have something like that already, where it mixes for you? I'm sure I read that
think it
somewhere.
does have a feature like that. I think it does.
DJ
I don't know what it's like.
does have a mixing thing. We'll let her bring in records and stuff.
Right, okay.
So yeah. Big shout out to Miffy Moments in the chat. Welcome.
Big up, Miffy.
Welcome to Vinyl Sofa. Welcome.
Hey,
So glad
Vinyl.
you guys
How you
coming
doing?
up
How you
in
doing,
there.
sis?
Sophia.
Yippee-ki-yay. It's an inside joke.
It was funny. But yeah, man, it's definitely it's not scary times for a DJ, but I mean for anyone, you know, I think every industry is being disrupted by AI as we speak. Graphic designers, you know, I think when it entered the creative space, that's when I was like, raw. Like it's not just about, you know, written works or coding or whatever. It's now art and music and other things where you'd never think. Well, I don't know. For me, I would never have thought. I always thought those industries would be safer. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, man, everyone's getting touched. Everyone's getting, you know.
Yeah, and I think there's nothing you can do about it because it's released into the wild now, and it's infiltrating everything. So I think the best thing to do is be like water, my friend. Like Bruce said, you have to adapt to it and embrace it. Sorry,
I'm doing a plastering course.
Yeah, man.
No AI plastering your ceiling. You get me?
That's right. Everything in the physical world is just
plumbing, everything.
Plumbing, it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's true, you know. It's
I'll
true.
come and service your boiler. Trust me.
Man. Fit a bathroom, man. AI that then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AI this tiling.
Which is
You know what I
interesting
mean?
because if you think all of those industries started to decline when tech started to climb, it's going to get to a point where, you get me, those industries are going to be like the high paid, you know what I mean, top level salaried industries.
All things like cookery. If you create like an artisan anything, I've got a mate of mine who he gave up working in medical physics. Right, he was like in radiation protection, masters in this and that. Man, really smart dude. Gave it all up. He went to become a blacksmith, and he started doing like wrought iron gates and all this sort of stuff, artistic stuff with just making metal. You know, a proper bloke job, you know what I mean? Just like having a furnace and some metal, bending it up, selling it for a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? That's what he's doing now. So I rate him, man. You know what I mean? All of that stuff, that stuff, I think all of that stuff has legs and longevity now because people, with technology taking on, I think people appreciate it more. It's like vinyl coming back. You know what I mean? Like a record back in the day, it died a death when CD come out. And all of a sudden now, it's £30 a record, you know what I mean?
And I think the service industries are going to survive. Matter of fact, I was just talking, me and Cammie were talking to our daughter, and she had a pair of shoes, and the heel had broken on them, and she had no idea of what a cobbler was. So we told her that there's a cobbler down the road. You can take your shoe down there, and they'll fix it. And she was just totally amazed with it. So she took the shoe down there that morning, and the cobbler put a whole new heel on it. He did something with the strap that goes around the foot to make it fit better. But those are things, like you guys are saying, that the AI can't do. Now, if we expand it, AI's interacting with robots, and the robot thing is actually starting to get some traction. Who knows how much trouble we'll be in, because some of the things that they're doing with the robots is, you know, amazing.
Oh gosh, yes. The AI robot thing is very, very, very advanced at the moment, and it's only what we see. So yeah. Good evening to Iola.
See Pikachu. Man, look at lazy in the clubs. Look at AI chirps for him.
And probably have some better lyrics.
Oh, mate, infinite. Bottomless lyrics.
It's like you have to prompt it like ChatGPT. Yeah, approach the ladies that have X and Y and Z, and
That's right.
leave out the ones that have them. And buy. Here's the budget for the drinks.
There's a drink budget. I see.
Exactly.
Oh,
Is
mate.
it Kamsi who said that?
That's funny, man.
There was a DJ, British DJ, no, Mad Trini, a British DJ who practices, I believe, the sort of fake DJing thing. And when she mentioned it, he got offended. It's like, but he's just telling you what you're doing. What do you mean? Me? But I'm sure she can't really reveal who it is.
I'm sure she could.
She could, but you know, but maybe she doesn't want to. Or maybe
Maybe she
she's
doesn't want
kind
to.
of the susu as Butch.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a bit of a minefield, I think, especially when it comes to people's livelihoods. Like you're saying, if you're not learning something new and a new sort of form of making money or another stream of income, it could be not lights out completely, but already we've got radio stations that play 24/7 on their own. So I guess the only way really to do that is to brand yourself even more, so that they know that when you're coming to you're getting an exclusive experience that cannot be replicated, no matter how much AI learns.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yo, Mad Trinity's ready to give up the beans, man.
Uh-oh.
Mad Trinity's not ramping.
Let's get
Melissa Deeds
live.
is there. Do it.
Get your tea ready. Get your tea ready.
I was gonna say, has anyone watched that movie Megan about
Yes.
the AI
Yes.
toys? I watched it last night.
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That's some
That's
worrying
interesting.
shit, mate. That is a great
telling
film.
you.
I might have to
And the
watch
thing
that
you can
after
see, it's
this.
something that would happen. You know what I mean? People would make that
100%.
kind of foolishness.
Yeah. Yeah. So just a sort of a synopsis. It's basically an AI Chucky doll that is like a friend for your child. So Chucky came alive and was a duppy. This is more like an AI, an AI doll.
Chucky was
You're
a
getting
warm
too
and
technical,
fuzzy
bro.
toy.
That's
Chucky was a
synopsis.
duppy. Chucky was
That's
a
the
duppy.
official.
Duppy.
That's the official line. Yeah. I saw the script.
Duppy Chucky.
Chucky.
Yeah. Chucky
the duppy.
doll, duppy doll, ginger hair. Yeah. So this is like
Was a duppy.
a AI
The gingers.
friend for your child, but she forgot her place.
Yo, Megan wasn't ramping though, man.
Yeah, listen.
Megan's a lot.
I haven't seen that one. I did see Ex Machina. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that
don't.
one.
You haven't seen that one? That one's interesting because that's on I've forgotten the name of it. It's not the Singularity. It's the Turing test, I think it is.
Yeah.
Where you become so comfortable with the robot that you start treating it as a human. You can't discern difference between
Okay.
a human talking and a robot talking. And I'm thinking maybe it's even the same with ChatGPT. There'll be some people who'll be talking to it as though it's someone on the other end,
Yeah.
saying please and thank you and whatnot. And that's polite to do, but
Yeah.
it literally is a artificial intelligence that is going to do it whether you say please or thank you or not. You know?
I do thank ChatGPT until it's done a great job. I was like, oh, this is great, thanks.
You're on the list
Oh,
now.
respect.
You're on the list now.
I just feel like if you're
You're
nice
on the
to
good
when
list.
it's busy, it'll let you in.
That's right. You're on the good list now.
Yeah, when they become our robot overlords, you're gonna fry you.
That's right. You're going to be on the good list.
Richie Rags is asking how can we invest in the software? And I'm not altogether sure, but I hear that investing in the chips companies that make the computers that can actually power the AI is another avenue you could look at to do some research. You know, or you could ask ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
ChatGPT. How can I make money
That's
off
it.
you? You get me? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think we have
So-
we have a
Uh-uh.
we have a little somebody outside.
Do we have somebody at the door?
Let's have a look.
Oh, we thought we did.
Greetings. I believe that is Mr.
Mr.
Diesel.
Mr. Diesel, can you hear us, Mr. Diesel?
There we
Yes,
go.
sir.
Yes, sir. What's going on? What's going on?
Yes,
What's going on, fam?
Keeps you good?
Yeah, man.
Good, man. Good, man. How you doing?
All good. I got my voice back, which is
All
always
right.
a good start.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all is good, man. How you guys? You all good? Evening, everyone.
Good.
Yeah, wicked.
Good.
See you,
Yeah,
man.
good.
Glad to have you with us, my brother.
Indeed.
We was talking about Doppy AI, and
Yeah, I heard. I was sitting there backstage listening still.
what's your thoughts, bro? What's your thoughts about this Spotify AI DJ thing, and what could come next?
Mate, you know, I dread to think, to be honest, man. I mean, if I'm honest, I stay away from a lot of that stuff because it just kind of, you know, a lot of it is over my head, man. But I'm old school, innit? I don't like the idea of none of this stuff, really.
Don't like
He lives
the
his
idea
brand.
of digital
Yeah.
MP3s.
That's right.
I can see
He
the
protects his
benefit.
brand.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, G?
Yeah, man. Live the brand.
But no, but I mean, I can see the benefits of a lot of the stuff, but you know, for me personally, I tend to be right at the trail end of all this stuff anyway. You know, I'll see it come out, and it'll be out for 2-3 years, whatever, and then I'll get on it. Maybe, you know what I mean? But this AI stuff, come on, man, this is like taking it's potentially gonna take work away from us, man. So, you know, as great as it is, no, I don't really like it.
But you know what? You say that it's going to take some work away from us. I'm kind of on the fence with that one, because would that be the kind of work you would be involved in anyway if they can use an AI to do what they want? More than likely not. I don't think, you know.
It's not even just that. It's, you know, there's that for people that use it the right way, but then there's the people that are going to be lazy and just going to use it because they can. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right in what you're saying, but then there are going to be that percentage of people that's just like, I can't be bothered to do this. Let me just and it's sorted. You know, so. I don't
Or is
know,
it
man,
will it be used as a failsafe for some people?
I think it will.
You know, they mash up their fingers playing Xbox
And budget, you know. The budget is, you know, going to be a big factor in if you want to use it, I would think. If it meets your needs. Right now, I'm glad it's still in its infancy, and I don't think it can do what we kind of do. You know, we all do something very different. And I don't think AI right now brings the flavor that we kind of bring to what we do. So it would be fine for like maybe, say, a teenager's party where they want to just have a special kind of specific kind of music, and it does that. I think it'll be, you know, fine for that right now.
So there's certain places where, you know, you can just put on a Mixcloud playlist or a Spotify playlist, let it shuffle, and it's just background music doing its thing. Those type of events will be the AI will enhance those type of events, those type of moments where, you know, like I said, when you need someone to come and really offer something that is more than just playing music. When it's there's some showmanship in there, or there's a specific style or delivery, that will always be unique, and there'll always be a demand for that.
Exactly.
And what do you think about the actual notion that the DJ is the focal point of a party as well? Because where the DJ booth that's where most people face.
That's a funny one. When I first got here, that was one of my things, because in America, when I was leaving America, the DJ was ancillary. It was an accessory. When I got here, the DJ was the star. I mean, the DJ was the beginning and the end of the party. So I don't know. I mean, for me, it was a change of culture just coming here and seeing.
That's interesting.
how
Why
much
do you think that is?
influence
Why do you think that is, grown folks?
point,
Why do you think there's that difference between the UK and the US? Why is that?
I have no idea. I really couldn't tell you. It's probably just the way that. So if I try to think out of the box and come up with something that I have no facts, figures, or anything to base it in.
Oh, we don't
maybe
fact check nothing here, man. Just
No.
Anecdotal evidence all day.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Maybe it's more cultural, as in West Indies, Caribbean, and how music was played and how the DJs and the toasters were more involved in the music. I'm thinking maybe that has something to do with it.
But within the UK, you mean? In the UK?
Yeah. But,
okay.
you know, we never had the DJ. We'd be telling the DJ back in America, you know, you can shut up because the music's doing fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I think, I think a lot of that in the clubs, I think that kind of started with a lot of that came through house and garage and jungle and stuff like that, didn't it? Because it wasn't the DJ that was the vocal point; it was actually the MCs. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't know, man. But it was more, even when you go in a club now, where the DJ booth is set up looks like a vocal point and what's not, but really, most people have their backs to you a lot of the time. When you're looking out, you're not always seeing the front of people. So, but if it's a house like a piano night or a house and garage night, the booth is definitely the one thing you're going to be looking at.
I've seen those videos where it's like a 360 crowd, so the DJ booth's in the middle. And the crowds all around him, like a lot of
like a boiler room thing.
I went to
boiler
one of those
room
a few months ago.
Yeah. I don't know how comfortable I would be with the crowd like
there's a lot of jumping up right by the back of your back.
Yeah, man.
House party situation.
That's
hey, don't bump my table.
I don't know, man. I need
bunks in, man.
I need my space.
At least your record ain't gonna go.
Yeah, it's true.
Phase off. That was horrible. Where you see the needle just skid all the way to the paper,
like you're skimming a stone across the water,
all the way to the paper.
The needle's done for the night.
For the night,
have a backup.
This is it. That's why you have your little pennies and your 2p's. People don't know about the penny and the 2p on the arm.
That's it.
And the counterbalance and all of that there. Just no
Y'all
play button.
Raggedy needle tonight.
You guys were talking about Megan. I believe Miffy Moment said that she would chat to the robot and in the end it will leave because she chats a lot.
Oh Lord. Wow.
I think what?
Met the robot say, yo, easy enough.
AI.
Yo, nah, man, nah.
At least plug me in. Like, come on, man. I'm drained.
Miffy Moments.
Oh
wow.
Man, Lord. So many things just ran through my head. Wow.
Download the update, man. Come on.
Yeah, man.
Taraz. You think you got something for me?
Just burn out the lithium ion battery, boy. Body told.
Salute to Vital Sulfur in the building. Said it's different in different functions. I was just at a wedding and the DJ was the main central thing of everything. I think that is the case sometimes. So if you don't have that, you can't just play something unless people are not really focused on the live event. Then you have to have. If they're eating, fair enough. You play something in the background. When it comes to party time, knowing when to press the button at the right time, knowing when to stop the thing at the right time. It's not AI-able. Yeah, we've got unshazammable. Maybe we have un-AI-able.
But you say that, Dave. If an AI watches enough videos of DJs doing that, it can kind of learn that.
Learn the algorithm.
Yeah,
the algorithm of rocking a party. I'm sure there's probably a formula and a method to doing it.
Oh yeah,
like you were saying earlier, like you could like so maybe it watches enough of one DJ rock it, and then watch enough of another person rock it. Say watches Jazzy Jeff rock how many shows, and then it watches Scratch Bastard rock a whole heap of shows, then it watches Craze rock a whole heap of shows, and then it can just bite their style. Imagine that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Biting styles,
That's
it's been programmed to watch Gunfingers. The more Gunfingers it sees,
Yeah, man, it's up the BPM.
I think you guys are giving them the formula now and don't even know it.
It's gonna work for one of these companies. Gunfingers.
Lip read, they can lip read. Every time you hear block, you're winning.
And again, invite us over saying they can replicate, but changing up genres of music, how's it going to know when to go from, the house and garage to the jungle to the reggae to the... It's not really going to... But, maybe it'll learn.
Never say never, that's what I say.
Exactly.
People create shit just for the sake of creating it rather than whether it should be,
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Big shout out to Mad Trini.
Mad Trini in the
Mad
building.
Trini in the house.
Indeed.
Bigger G in the house. Welcome.
UK Web
Melissa
Boy.
Deans is in the house. Melissa Deans. So glad you guys have showed up. And we've been talking about AI and the Spotify beta version that they are going to release, I guess, globally, but currently it's only available in the United States and Canada, so North America.
I think it's going to be a rolling topic. I think this is something we're going to have to.
I think something else will come back next week and you
revisit.
have to call on it. Yeah, AI is constant, mate.
And salute to One Nation in the building.
The General.
Man
The
like
General.
Croc.
Senor Sandy
Octopus
Toes.
Prime.
Wagwan. San Massive.
We have reports, Croc, that you're still on that beach with your feet still facing the horizon, covered in sand.
Ross jealous. That's what it is.
That's it.
Salty.
Exactly.
So
We all are.
Shall we go into the next segment?
Yeah, I
Ross?
was
What do
going
you
to
think?
say this is time for
Well,
some
you
sexy
know what?
graphics.
Sexy it up. Sexy it up.
I'm Carl McIntosh from Loose Ends, and you are watching the Real Soundcheck podcast.
Yes.
Bags.
We got some OGs, ain't we? We got some OGs on those.
Yeah, man.
those transitions.
UK royalty. Royalty, I said the thing. You know what I mean?
What's up, E Solo?
Oh, Ellis.
welcome,
Salud.
welcome.
What's up, Ellis? Government name and all. Both names.
What's his blood group, man? What's his blood group? Wow.
O negative. He O negative.
Inside leg. And all that.
The podcast where snitches don't come.
That's right.
Listen, if you got a record, don't come.
That's right.
He'll be
Yeah,
calling
show
you
up
out.
again.
If you got a warrant, don't come.
That's right. Boy, oh boy.
Just stay in lurk mode. Right. So we said we're going to talk about parenting, and we had a quick count of hands or a count of feet, and we worked out who's got the most children in the group.
And you needed your hand and your foot.
I won, so I get to speak about this topic.
422 bitly.
And for the record, I've got 4 children. Yeah? I don't know why I put up 5. I got 4.
I've got 4 children. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Something you want to talk about, Fred?
Yeah, this one hasn't popped up yet. He's still in debate. Anyway, so the question that came about was with regards to children and music. Yeah. Now I grew up in a musical household, like many of us did, and I know my parents didn't necessarily, as far as I'm aware, filter their music based on the children being in the room. You get me? I just got to hear whatever my parents played. Now, obviously, as time has gone on, music has become more adult-centric, and probably more R-rated. You know, hearing certain words in music now is normal, especially if you're not listening to mainstream radio. If you've got Spotify on, you're going to hear some cuss words. You're going to hear some adult content. So the headline question is: should parents monitor and restrict the music their children listen to? What are your thoughts? And again, we're very interested in hearing from the chat. So,
Ladies have jumped in straight away. The music has always been nasty.
no matter how old it was, the drums they were playing. Dum, 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 dum.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Yeah, I think. I mean, again, just to add a bit more context, we all know. I'm sure we all agree. Music is influential, whether it's positive, negative, in terms of your mood, your behaviour, your thoughts, your desires. Music can be influential. So, yeah, how important is it for parents to govern their children's music, and should they?
I think it's very important, and I'm not even a parent, so just the messaging that can come through music, and that's how some people learn about doing certain things or being aware of certain things. I think knowing what your children are listening to is important, and just keeps their mind free of certain ideas until a certain age. But it's hard to monitor these days because headphones, AirPods, They got their own devices. They can go into a different room. So it's tricky. It's tricky.
Man, it's
Yeah.
hard to
Tricky.
monitor because of the school playground, bro. Forget all that.
Well,
You know
even
what I
in
mean?
monitoring it, it's
Say again?
funny. Even in monitoring it, back in my day, music was saucy back in my day. A lot of people just didn't realize it because it was sung in such a sweet way. Because if you listen to some of Minnie Riperton stuff,
Minnie Riperton's rugs.
She was out there, you know, but it was sung in such a sweet way. Nobody really paid too much attention to the lyrics. So they're just a little more bold with it and not as, it doesn't have as much finesse. Maybe is the word.
Yeah, it's more on the nose, isn't it now? So the vulgarity is on the nose, where before it was kind of esoteric. You know, you probably have to listen to it a few times to realise, hey, they're talking about this. All this time. Where now it's just like, whoa, like, bro, easy, man. Like, you get me?
Yeah. And that was that's another funny thing, because this weekend I was reading something. I was talking to Cammy about it. And Camzy, I'm giving you big shout outs to this week, so go ahead and get that check together. We were talking, and one of the things on social media came up about what's his name, Tom Jones song, that they're not playing that anymore, and it's because of the lyrics. And I can't think of the name of the song right now to save my life. So I listened to the song, and the song was straight up talking about killing somebody, but the way he sang it, it was cool.
And I mean, slightly off the topic, but on the topic of making things sound sweeter than they actually are, I feel that back in the day they used to make songs about really serious or sad topics, but it was a happy tune. It was a happy tune. Harvest for the World, you know, it's a happy song, but it's talking about really, really seriously sad stuff about what's going on with the world, which is still going on. But things like, I remember, I can't remember the artist's name. This is bad of me.
Delilah, that was the name of the song.
But Sugar Boom, Sugar Boom, Sugar Boom, Sugar Boom, Didini, Sugar Boom, Sugar Boom. I'd be listening to that as a kid and thinking that's a nice song. Yeah, Audrey, yeah. But you're talking about, you know, I love to see your fat behind. But I'm a little child, 4 or 5 years old, thinking that's a cool tune.
Yeah.
And then
G-Force just mentioned, and a few people have mentioned NWA, and again that was sort of my reference point. I remember being younger. I was probably about 13 when Straight Outta Compton dropped. 13, 14, and playing it very loud in my room. But because of the household I grew up in, it wasn't even an issue. It wasn't even, you know, mentioned at all. I think one thing my mom mentioned was the use of the N-word. She was like, I don't like hearing that in my house. But that's because she grew up, you know, hearing that used like directly derogatory. So that was the only thing that she had a bone of contention with. But other than that, it wasn't like, you know, turn it off, don't play it in here.
Yeah, the chat is going crazy with stuff. Sweet Caroline, that was about a little girl. One Nation put up something a second ago about Lord Kitchener.
Oh gosh.
Boy.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. Les Uzo made a good point as well about the frequencies, the frequency in the music, even that being darker. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's
So I think.
What you mean, like the actual frequencies, like the as in?
Yeah, like
hertz?
they're strategic.
Hertz.
They're strategic in watts. Now maybe the producer's not aware of it, but it's been, you know, researched and confirmed that there's a certain frequency that plays with your
straight change your mood,
with your inners. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Plays with the inner man.
Yeah. But then again, how do you monitor it? How do you stop it? How do you? It's.
Yeah.
I know you've got apps where you can find out what your child's been looking at.
Yeah.
Or you know you can monitor. I don't know if you have something that can monitor their actual screen though. You know, if they want to go toilet, do you let them go with their device? It's.
Yeah. All them. Yeah. That's. I mean, those are my challenges daily. You know, I've got a range of ages. I've got 19, 17, 13, and 11 coming 12.
Whoa,
you know, and they've all got their own devices. They've all got their own headphones. You know, They've all
So
got
how do
access to
you
certain-
manage monitoring that, or do you?
So like before, we were strict to the point where if I was like how I was 5 years ago, my children would hate me. I had to literally take a step back and remember, my upbringing and how the journey I had to go on to become the man I am today. Do you get what I'm saying? I had a lot of liberty and freedoms. Do you get what I'm saying? More than many of my friends. And then my life took a turn. Do you get me? And I became a very strict dad. Like, we see when I have my kids, they ain't watching this. They're not listening to that. They're not because I just wanted to protect them. But then I realized my protection is almost harming them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So
That's the balance.
and I think that was one of the questions for me as well in terms of monitoring and managing it. There comes an age where I don't think you need to. You kind of let them explore then. But then under a certain age, I definitely don't think it's appropriate to be playing certain musics. Like when I'm in my car and I've just got a Spotify playlist on, or it's on random, and it knows what I like. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be playing Sean Price and hardcore hip hop. So there's certain tracks where I got to forward that because I know he's talking about certain things. But then there comes a time where my daughter's 19, my son's 17. If they're in a car, I just make it run because they probably hear worse than that on the TikToks they watch and the YouTube videos they choose to watch. So
let me ask this question to you, because I've come across it, and you're a dad. Do you ever feel uncomfortable or any kind of way? So a song comes on and you got your son or your daughter in the car and it's mad explicit. They're of age, they're 18, 19, whatever. And the song is talking about all kind of nastiness. Do you ever feel any kind of way when that happens?
I mean, we definitely talk about it openly in our house. Like, so, now turn off this. And you see what it is as well. You're selective about your explicitness. You're very selective. Like my daughter might play a tune, or for Christmas we had a joint playlist, and everyone the challenge was to put 100 songs on this playlist. No, it was 24 hours. It was a 24-hour playlist. So we shared it with the family, and everyone put their tracks on. And there's certain tunes that I've put on there, and when I take a step back and listen to it, there's raw cussing in there again, Sean Price and all the man are just vulgar. You know what I mean? Where to me, I'm like, I'm kind of deaf to it. I don't hear it. Where there'll be a song that Shania will put on, and it's like some new school neo soul, and they're just talking raw about doing the thing, and I'm like, easy now, like, yo, take time. It's just in your face.
Not long.
Yo, no romance.
That said something about bashment. Someone said something about.
Listen,
bro. I've done a couple young people parties. My gosh, when they've come and asked me to play certain tunes, and like they're tunes that I don't have, but I'll download them on the fly for them. But I'll play these tunes, brother. My gosh, even this weekend, bro. I went to a stag this weekend, and I was in Birmingham, and we ended up going to one club. There's a lot of young people there, but I can't even call it dancehall because it's worse than dancehall ever was, bro. When you hear and it's like they know all the lyrics now, but when it's the punchlines. When you hear the punchlines they're singing out, and boy, like. Let's put it this way: like hearing them saying "skin out my pum pum" is tame right now. That's
normal.
tame.
Wow.
That is tame.
Wow.
To what? My bashment's on a different thing right
Wow.
now. Seriously.
I don't even know.
Seriously.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man. Yeah.
And where's that coming from?
The devil.
Boy, I really don't know. I don't know. It all changed when they started dashing people on cars and jumping off walls and all that madness in the raves, isn't it? That's
What even is that? What is that? What?
That's dancing, apparently.
Yeah. What started that? I don't understand it. You know when you see videos, you see somebody like jumping off like a top turnbuckle, like it's WrestleMania.
WWF.
What is? Who started that, man?
And the woman's waiting.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Who was waiting?
You know what
Red Eagle.
It's like, the man will line her up and then he'll run away 50 yards, you know. Have a run up. Boom! And she'll be there
Slam dunk
waiting.
contest.
Nah, Nah, man.
It almost feels like there's people at the side who have to lift up cars afterwards. Like, yeah, 9 out of 10.
It's crazy.
It's terrible.
Crazy, but
It's mad, mate. It's mad.
But yeah, man, the dance hall's got no filter now. Like before, they were talking about not all of them. There was a section in dance hall where they taught the nastiness, but again, it's done in a smart, creative way. Where if you know, you know. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like you have to know when now. It's just forget we're just on the nose, like boom.
Yeah, they'll kind of use like metaphors and things to you know what they're chatting about, but it wasn't just direct. It was clever played. But now it's just rags.
Yeah,
Just no confusion. No confusion whatsoever.
None. You know what I mean? You can't get it twisted at all.
There's no subliminals.
None,
Don't
man.
do subliminals.
Just bliminals, man. Bliminals.
Least common denominator, so everybody can understand the same thing.
Feel me?
And what's even more apparent is the women artists are as crude as the males.
Yes.
Like they're telling this man, you need to do this to me and do
Wow.
it like this. And when I do this on your cocky, it's gonna this and it's like
Wow.
baby girl, like
It's
yo,
not subtle at
sister.
all.
Yeah. You want a drink? Like,
Can we chat first, please?
easy enough. I still live with my mum's.
Get right.
Oh gosh.
I think I left something in my car. I'll be back.
Do you want to drink?
Yeah. But that's a good point as well. Someone just said UK Web Boy, it's all about getting paid. I think that's when the tide changed as well. When it started to really sell. And again, I'm not just blaming the American artists, but like your Cardi B's and all those who, obviously, Little Kim was doing it back in the day, but she was one of very few. That's now become the normal model for a female artist. It's almost like Little Kim is the model.
But
to get
they've
me skin out
accelerated
and
on it as well, man.
100%.
They really have
100%.
accelerated on that.
Who's that, these?
No, I was saying,
Just
I'm just
the
in
female-
general, like the female artists have really accelerated on
Slackness.
like just to expand on what Friction was saying. You know what I mean?
Or
Really,
is it?
1,000% worse, man. Well, not maybe worse isn't the word to use, but you know.
But is it as controlled in terms of industry-wise? Because I've always thought that, or felt that Bashment Dancehall was quite free in terms of there's a group of record labels that are most popular, but there's not like a consensus whereby you have to do this in order to make it. You can just come out with good music and you get put out. Is it still the same? Because the way that things are, like you're saying now, it's almost though if you don't do that, we're not going to put you on. You're not going to get popular.
Yeah, certain people they'll just make a video and just put it on the internet. It's as simple as that for a lot of people nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the industry, I don't think, is a factor when it comes to that, to be honest.
Yeah, we kind of circle back
Do
to
you think there's more of a pressure in the hip hop rap world for female artists to go down that route to be seen, rather than being a male artist talking some explicit sex shit? Do you know what I mean? Do you think that female artists like your Cardi B's and those sort of artists, that they only made it that way because they went that raw route?
It's tricky to say.
That is a hard one because a lot of them.
Oh
Have
Lord,
a
somebody's
lot more
knocking on the
than
door, y'all.
Hey.
Infigue.
Answer the door, man.
We don't know sunlight in here. It's night
Yeah,
time.
no suntan in here, so.
Come on, blind. Look at the sun.
Get him, palm tree and thing. Go ahead.
Willis drink better as well.
No moving a bumbo clot on there.
You see?
We'd like to apologise
If he
for viewers
stays
for
there,
No, but the thing is, I'm not just saying. Yeah, Little Sims is a great. No Name's another great example. You know what I mean? There's so many great examples. Bahamadia. You know, there's so many great examples of female artists that are just straight killers, man. Do you know what I mean? And haven't gone that route. But what I'm saying is, do you feel that some female artists may think that that's their only way of getting on, to use that, maybe because they haven't got the same skill level as a Bahamadia or a Little Sims? You know what I mean?
That is
I
a
think-
pass. That's a pass mark. It's an entry. It's a way in.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's low hanging fruit in it.
Yes, exactly. And
Yeah,
it's the same
yeah.
thing with all other forms of music that we don't control. It's the same thing with dancehall. When I was younger, you wanted to get into dancehall. There were 4 topics you had to talk about. I should even check. Are my levels alright? Am I talking too loudly?
Yeah, a bit louder.
You
bit
go
louder.
low.
please,
Go
bro.
a bit low.
Go a bit. Alright.
Alright, is that any
Put
better?
it in your beard. Put it in your beard. Put your nose bridge. Yes.
But look, have y'all noticed? If he stays out there another 2 weeks, he's just gonna be fully Jamaican.
Yeah,
He
right.
ain't gonna be able to recognize him no
Yeah,
more.
barefoot, yamming sugar cane.
Just one big bubble lock.
Countryman.
Big piece in his beard, yeah.
Man, come on the screen saying Bumbleclot.
I want to start doing nothing if you go. I will start. No, I was saying that I remember when I was a youth, there was like 4 topics in dance. That if you wanted to voice and get heard, there was 4 topics. And excuse my language with this, it was like shut batty man. That was just a topic.
Yeah.
Gun man, who's got the most gun?
Yeah.
Sexing girl, that was it, and burning farmer.
Yeah.
You talked about any one of them 4 topics, you could get voice. Yeah, you're in. You could get voice.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the same thing with the hip hop. You want to talk about killing black man, you're good. You want to talk about sexing how much amount of woman and blah blah. All the women like when I think some of the women have kind of switched it up now and they're talking the same kind of rawness. It's a way in. It's like pretty much it's low hanging fruit. It's a way to get in. And I think, like I said before, I can't wrong somebody who goes for that because I don't know what their situation or their circumstances. You know what I'm saying? I think what kind of defines you is as you start to get more into the industry, you then have more of an ability to express your own creativity differently and your own kind of thinking differently. You know what I'm saying? So take for example, Buju is a good example in terms of dancehall because Buju is like the poster boy for homophobia and the whole gay community. They can't stand the whole LGBT community can't stand Buju Banton. It was one song that the man's made in like a how many years career, 30 40-year career, something like that. Doesn't matter that since the man found his faith as a Rasta, all that's come out of his mouth is peace, love, unity, community upliftment, bomb corruption, and above all else, as a Rasta man, God. You understand?
Yeah.
When he got to a point where he could do that, then he exercised that. And many other artists have done the same. They've started with the low hanging fruit, and then they've gone down a different path when they could. The monitoring thing, I don't think you can monitor what the kids listen to nowadays, man. No more than they could when our parents could when we were listening to music. You know, so the monitoring thing is a myth. Monitoring and controlling what our kids listen to is an absolute myth, especially now with the internet. For me, what I try and do instead is I try and influence my children's foundation. So I know what my foundation is. My foundation is roots reggae, which is very conscious music. I learned a lot just about black history and about myself and identity and all them kind of things I used to carry into school and go try and teach them about. I got from roots reggae music. So what I do is a lot of the time I will play them kind of music around my sons. I don't know whether they're gonna take it in or what, but you know, I want them to be able to say the same way like how big artists nowadays they say, "Well, boy," and when I was younger, my mom used to listen to Al Green and my mom used to listen to blah blah blah. I want my sons to be able to say, "Well, yeah, when I was growing up, my dad used to listen to a lot of Dennis Brown, he used to listen to Mighty Diamonds and Bob Marley and Burning Spear and you know Loose Ends and blah blah blah." That's my way. That's how I try and influence it. Whether it works or not, I don't know. But yeah,
them things soak in, man. When the years down the line, when they hear a certain tune in a club, and they're like, "Rah, my dad used to play that."
Yeah,
it soaks in, bro. Just like Richie Rank said, man, it soaks, man.
Yeah, I try and do that because I can't control what they listen to, man. That's impossible. I mean, rather I try and influence the foundation. You know what I mean? Because I think if you have a certain foundation, it doesn't matter what else you're playing. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if I'm gonna go and play some Buster or some Guilty Simpson with just bare cussing, bare badness, bare whatever in it. My foundation is solid. My foundation is set. You understand? My foundation is righteous. And I think as well, you got also mind what the message is. Sometimes you got to bypass the cussing and check the message in the music. Me and my mum used to have this debate a lot because I used to try and get her to watch certain films like Boys in the Hood and stuff like that. And she couldn't get past the cussing. And I'd be like, but mum, to try and get past that, there's actually a really positive message that this film is trying to deliver. Just try and see past the cussing. She couldn't do it. For a lot of people, they just can't see past the cussing. But if you check the message, sometimes the message is righteous. You know what I'm saying?
As following on from that, there is a difference between listening to a song and checking it for it being a good tune, even though the lyrics and everything might not be appropriate, but the actual beat, the melody and all of that is good, and absorbing it as a way of life. Because you can listen to a tune and not have it affect you. I was listening to hip hop from a long time, and some people think, how did you even get past it? Because I generally don't say the expletives that you hear in the song. So I'll radio edit myself if I'm actually rapping along. But I enjoy the tune, but I don't let it affect my lifestyle. Yeah. But unfortunately, some children are being absorbing it and taking it on as lifestyle. So like Croc was saying, foundation, laying that with your children is probably the most important thing that you can do.
Yeah, but some people are more susceptible to things, and they don't have that ability that I guess a lot of us have in order to not absorb everything that we come across.
Yeah, I think it's a maturity thing as well. And that's what I was saying in terms of the age. Like, at what age do you filter and monitor? Because again, from a certain point, the children are so impressionable, and they get to a point where they then become, directly influenced by what they listen to. Again, their mood, their behavior, etc. And then it gets a point where it's like, yeah, man, this is who I am now. I am this person, and I can listen to anything, but this is who I'm on my path. You get me? 17, 18, whatever it might be, they're on their path. If you start listening to certain music, it's not so likely to steer them. So I think there is a cut-off point.
And also, would the visuals that go with these songs play a part in that as well?
Yeah. Yeah, because fashion gets followed. And I think a lot of people see the fashion in the videos and do the same thing. There's even people who wouldn't dance to a song until they saw how to dance to it from a video.
Wow. What's the dance to this? Yeah.
Exactly.
Look at this comment from Richie Ranks here.
I work with a 24-year-old who is a music manager for a soul artist but has never heard of D'Angelo, Stevie Wonder or Beethoven.
And what is their job?
They're a manager for a soul artist.
For a music manager for a soul artist.
Well, isn't it reported that Clive Davis said he hates music?
That would be interesting. Because he
reportedly
picked.
Allegedly.
Used to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you see,
someone's. Go on, Dave. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Beethoven works in the office.
The office dog.
I
thought Beethoven was like electrical appliance.
Someone's 24. They're young, man. They've still got time to discover. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know everybody when I was 24. I don't know enough of the artists that I know now when I was 24.
Well, now, but Stevie Wonder, just as like a general knowledge thing. You know what I mean?
Bro, there's artists that you would be shocked that I did not know when I was 24. You know
but then, isn't it also what your parents were playing, right?
No, because my parents didn't play music in the yard. It was my elder siblings that played music in the yard, and I was fortunate to grow up on a road that music was a heavy influence on my road. You know what I'm saying? So every car that went up and down the road, there was music going in the car. And there was a lot of DJs and sound man on my road. So I was very fortunate in that respect. I didn't need to really have a lot of music in the yard because I could just step outside my yard and hear it. I think there is also something in the ratio of slackness in the music now than it was perhaps in a couple of decades ago. So there's always been slackness in music from the 70s. I put a comment in the thing before about Lord Kitchener was the guy. That was Dave Knight was talking about that song Sugar Boom. That was Lord Kitchener. But I mean, you talk about Millie Jackson, man, from the '70s, man. Millie Jackson was like,
she was out there.
She was the Lil Kim of that day. She was the original Lil Kim. You know what I'm saying? Raw as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like even I would blush sometimes listening to Millie Jackson.
Millie
She was
Jackson
from the '70s, so it's always been there. But she was the exception. She was not the rule. You know what I'm saying? The ratio of Millie Jacksons out there was very, very small. Whereas now, there's bare Millie Jacksons.
That's the pattern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cookie cutter.
The way on.
Public Enemy were rare. They were new. They were completely different from what was anything that was come before them. You know
Even NWA, when NWA came out, it was
NWA. Yeah.
It was new.
Exactly. But even though a lot of what they were saying was raw and would be looked on, would be frowned upon by my parents, it was coming from a kind of a semi-righteous place.
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Some of it. You know what I'm saying? It was in response to, some of it was in response to what happened with Rodney King. You know what I'm saying? The police, that came from that, you know, or a lot of it just came from a righteous place. Same with Public Enemy.
I think, like you said, there was a balance. You know, you had a good balance of everything. So, like in any normal social group, you're gonna have the peacemaker in the group. You're gonna have the hothead in the group. You're gonna have the righteous man in the group. You get me? You're gonna have the bun everyone type person in the group, and it worked. All that whole group functioned. So you get me? There's a certain man who you need them to verify. Say, yo, nah, this ain't happening. And someone else, nah, just cool, bro. Just cool. I got it. Do you get what I'm saying? It works. Where when if you just got a group full of hotheads, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, and again, someone mentioned about, I think you mentioned about drill. I think that's one of the issues in this generation, is when you've got 10 youths in a circle, all listening to the same drill, wet up a man, rare, with the man bags and the black, and they're ready to go. They're all on that same thing. The peacemaker doesn't exist in that group anymore. So when it's like, yo, there's them, man, boom, it's on.
I think we also have to be mindful that, again, we always have to remember what we are being exposed to. You know what I'm saying? Because there's still plenty of artists out there that are on that kind of musical vibe, but their message is very, very different. But that's not going to get the plays or the likes or whatever it is. That's not going to come to us as easily as the negative stuff. And that is more about a higher agenda by the old the industry. Last week I posted a clip from a youth that was performing the last event I did before I flew out. Man, I had to post it because if you listen to what my man's lyrics, guys like that just give me hope. You know what I'm saying? For the future. Because there he is, he said, yeah, I'm a grime artist, and boom, this is me. And he spit his bars. And mine was even talking about Master P in his lyrics. I was like, yo, this dude's got like knowledge as well. You know what I mean? So I think it's still there. It's just a case of, not just a case of, but we just have to be mindful of what channels we are accepting this from. It's just like the Bandcamp thing. There's a whole heap of goodness on Bandcamp that you're not going to get heard on mainstream. It doesn't get played on mainstream stations. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Most of the stuff that we play on here is great music, but a lot of it is unshazamable, or you're not going to hear it on the mainstream channels. So again, we got to be a bit more open-minded and just be prepared to dig a little deeper to find the good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I think really what you're saying is stay on job. You know what I mean? What we're doing is providing an alternative service, alt TV. You know what I mean? For other people who don't just want to hear what the mainstream is feeding them on every other channel. They can come to something like this, come to one of our gigs, listen to our live streams, and they're going to hear something alternative that's as good and be introduced to certain things.
Yeah, but it takes effort. It takes a conscious effort to do that, because a lot of people are just lazy, man. They just suffer from a bit of too much apathy, and it's just easy to just, the stations are programmed in now to whatever it is. You ain't got to turn it down, it's just programmed in. You just switch it on and just hit a button and boom, that's it. and you just let the kids them listen to or whatever, or even yourselves. Even we have to be mindful of what we listen to at certain times. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta put in a bit of effort, man, to just be a little bit more discerning. I know I'm sounding kind of old now, but I feel like I'm sounding.
Yeah,
when you mentioned about the
it's hard
dial.
though. It's hard not to sound dusty. It's hard not to sound dusty.
Yeah,
It is. But, you know what I mean? We're not, man. We're not. We still embrace newness. I believe. I still think we still all embrace newness. No, wicked. Yeah, mate. So it's what? Just gone 10:30. I said
No, it ain't. It's 5:30.
When are shutting eyes?
Can someone get the gentleman an English watch, please?
With your palm tree and ting. You'll make me sick. Yeah, let's go on to the last segment, shall we?
I'm out, brother. Peace. I'm gonna.
Peace. Yeah, man. Enjoy, bro. Enjoy.
Croc live
What's
and
up,
direct.
people? This is your boy Omar saying you're watching the Real Soundcheck podcast.
Right then. So for the final segment, we had to send in a couple of messages and had a conversation in our Telegram group, and we were discussing or thinking about discussing today what is the best UK created genre of music. I think that's a tough question to answer, and I think it'd be a good one to get into and deep dive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So first of all, people in the chat, please get involved if you care to get involved. But people, let's name them first. What genres of music are strictly UK, originate from the UK? Let's have some names, man.
I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
Is ska UK created?
I think it is.
I think it is. It is.
I'm putting that
Well,
one in
obviously, it's influence.
Ska. We've got jungle. Jungle, garage,
jungle.
Well,
UKG.
Garage, UKG. Yeah.
Now, some people will say, okay, what's the difference between H&G and garage?
Garage is the UK. H&G is like how it started, isn't it? It's the
Chicago stuff.
The late 70s house. And
oh,
garage.
right, okay.
It was house parties, in garages because the community couldn't get clubs and stuff. So yeah. That's why, their parties were in houses or garages, basically.
UKG.
Okay.
Grime.
Laney J's got Lovers Rock.
Yeah. Ooh.
One
I hadn't
Nation
thought
UK
about that one.
Garage.
Nice one, Laney J.
Northern Soul.
Yeah.
Melly Mel Drum and Bass.
Got hardcore.
Is that the
I
cousin
knew
of
Melly
Jungle?
Mel was going to draw for that. I knew that. Big up Mel. Original drum and bass head. Yeah, so what have we got so far? I got ska, jungle, UKG, drum and bass, grime, lovers rock. What else
We've
we got?
got someone. UK Boy says jazz funk.
Like acid jazz. Yeah. Like sort of brand new heavies and.
Okay.
But it's mad though,
like
because
that.
a lot of these things are actually influenced off other genres of music.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
When you
absolutely.
ska and what's
Like
not.
subgenres.
No, I mean it in the sense of when you're saying UK based, you know what I mean? Then, for example, ska wouldn't count really. Lovers Rock wouldn't count really because
it was like a reggae thing.
haven't they? Yeah. But I suppose in saying that, when you look at jungle drum and bass, a lot of that was influenced by rare groove and reggae, innit? So it's the same, really.
Yeah, everything's got like a source, like a foundation, and then built on it, innit?
And then
Because it's like if you look at like broken beat and stuff now, I'd say that was a UK genre.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'd say that was connected with like UKG, bit of drum and bass, a bit of jazz. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a
All of
mad
that
baby
come
of the tree
from hardcore, though,
genres.
really, didn't it? A lot of that spawned from hardcore. Jungle
Yeah, like the
spawned from
breakbeat type
hardcore
of things.
speeding up, didn't it?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
So about dubstep, where does that sit?
Dubstep flipping heck.
Dubstep comes from garage.
Yeah, so it's UK. Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. I would. Richie Ranks might be better to answer that actually, but I would say it was UK. But yeah, Richie would definitely have a better answer.
The UK web boy said EDM. I think EDM's too big a title.
Broad.
That's everything.
Yeah.
Everything made on a computer. Do you know what I mean?
Made on a computer.
That you can dance. That's over 112 BPM. That's everything.
Is it 112 or 122?
120, yeah, 122.5. You know
On
what I
Ableton.
mean? You know what I mean? Indie music, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, like you sort of, yeah,
So,
Oasis
it looks
and your
like,
park life things. You know what I mean?
But it's weird because UK have got they just got a way of making stuff UK that's not necessarily UK. You know what I mean? There is an equivalent to indie in America, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's probably not called indie in America. I don't know.
I think it is.
I think it would
Is
be.
it
Yeah.
indie as well?
I think it would
Okay.
be. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just.
So, okay, so out of
accent
these
is
genres, pick a song that encompasses what you class was quintessential UK heavyweight business pressure.
How Lethal Be.
Right. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. If you had to play someone like this, this
is
represents
UK.
this whole genre. Yeah, that would be a good one for.
Have you got your set hooked up, Diesel? Let's put it on, man. Let's show.
I haven't actually.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry.
But there's
So what are the other genres? About ska? Somebody mentioned ska.
Yeah, so there's probably this one. Wait a minute. Is that gonna play? Let's see.
I was gonna say, Scar's up for debate in the chat.
It probably is up for debate.
Dubsteps from Croydon. Oh yeah.
Hey, this is
That
my
Rudy.
tune, man. Hey,
Rudy.
Stop your running about.
Tough.
Standing straight and right out.
Straight it out.
Stop your running around. Making trouble in the town. Rudy. A message to you. Rudy. A message to you.
See, that for me, that's ska. That's like the biggest ska tune. That just encompasses it for me.
Yeah.
Super tough.
didn't was it the Specials covered that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
The Specials,
They did.
yeah. Right,
Just reading the comments.
So
yeah.
that song, London Town, what genre would that fall into?
Boy Who? Which one?
The 80s.
Is that UB40?
Yeah, the I wanted to in London Town, that one.
After Shazam it.
Not familiar.
Stumped.
And then there's the I think it's the one by
Light
the
of the
Specials. Yeah, probably Light of the World.
Ghost
yeah.
Town.
Yeah, Ghost Town. Yeah, that
Ghost
one too.
Town.
So what would Ghost Town fall into?
One Nation said Light of the World, London Town.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's one I just said, yeah.
See,
Oh, we got a pen.
you got
the sunshine.
Not sure what's going on there with Pedigree. You're welcome.
Is that the one, Grown Folks?
Yeah, that's the one. Yep, that's it.
Big tune.
Is that jazz funk or acid jazz or is that something else?
I don't know, this came out in what? This came out in 85? Something like that?
Oh, I would say this was yeah, this is kind of like Beggar and Code kind of vibes, isn't it? Yeah, like Hustle, UK Hustle. Is it Hustle they call it? Hustle, UK Hustle.
Really?
That kind of vibe, you know, like somebody help me out. Oh, let me find the thing before we have to sing and kill. You know the song. Lord. Hold on. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't sound like that when I was singing it.
Yeah.
It sounded
Someone
just
help
like
him
that.
out.
It sounded just like that. Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick jazz funk, Brit funk.
Yeah. Yeah, see, there was things like this, and then dancing in outer space, and stuff like
atmosphere
that.
and that.
Atmosphere,
yeah.
Big tunes, man. Big tunes.
Proper big tunes.
So looking at this so far, we've got
I don't know
ska.
if you can call them UK though.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
sure,
Like,
it's
I think
hard.
if it's like a derivative of something that already exists, it'd be like saying UK hip hop. Hip hop already
Yeah.
existed. This is just English people doing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
to say
yeah,
like
yeah,
Brit funk or Brit pop or whatever, it's like the genre already existed. It didn't come
For
from
me,
out,
you know what? That's why the first thing I said was garage, because it's just like, where
Born
else
and
in the
raised.
world, who else
That's
is
it.
making garage?
That's it.
You know what I
And
mean?
grime, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
100% UK.
Yeah.
Jungle, 100% UK.
Yeah.
I mean, hardcore.
Those are the ones. Those are the genres that came into my mind straight away. Those ones were definite. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
them things was definite.
think
Made on people's Amigas.
Yeah,
Exactly.
When grime was at its peak, I would say grime was true UK hip hop, because hip hop was the music of the youth of the streets. Do you get what I'm saying? The music of the streets for the youths.
I'd agree with that.
Grime is 100% authentic UK hip hop.
Yeah. It's their
Because
version
it
of
sounds like it. They're rapping in their accents. They're rapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The beats represent
Yeah.
us, which is what hip hop was.
Yeah.
So UK Webboy put in a comment, it's funk. I think he was talking about the last couple of songs that were played. Now, see, for me, that's not funk. Maybe it's the UK funk. So for me, Parliament Funkadelic, Bootsy
That's
Collins,
funk.
Yeah, that's
Ohio
funk.
Players. To me, that's funk.
Yeah.
No, I hear that.
It's funky, but it's not funk. Noted.
Yeah.
But
So
to
we've
me,
got-
go on,
go
sorry,
on.
mate.
I was gonna just summarize. So we've got ska, jungle, UKG, drum and bass, grime, lovers rock, acid jazz, northern soul, dubstep, punk, indie, and then someone said acid as well.
Hardcore.
Acid.
I said that earlier on,
Acid.
yeah. It's hardcore. Innit?
Yeah.
Was
acid
drill in
so
there?
hardcore. Drill's not there, and that was a debate we were having.
Drill's not. Nah, drill's American, man.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Chicago, was it Chicago?
Jungle,
Yeah. It's Chicago.
Now obviously it's kind of gone full circle. It's kind of gone like 120 degrees.
It's
in
weird
terms
'cause
of England got to the point where it's influencing the sound
Yes.
of American drill.
Yeah.
So it initiated there, UK's took it, run with it, and the tables have turned to the point where the producers over here are almost like the big dogs.
They're like
America.
the Pete Rocks of the drill thing.
Yeah, man, the Timberlands and Swiss Beats.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like, you see, if I'm thinking about UK music and a UK genre, jungle's the one that comes to my mind first and foremost, and it is a tune I always that sweets me.
When I am weak, you're telling me that I'm strong.
Come for the second drop.
When I'm right, you're telling me that I'm wrong. But I know, now I understand. Now I see your wicked plan. I'm a junglist.
Fire emojis in the chat. High knees.
Don't try to change my plan. Understand. Why won't you understand?
Mitchy B with the gun fingers.
I'm a junglist.
All right, but Tech.
Yeah.
Question for you. For you, what is the most definitive jungle tune that you have ever heard? I know it's a tough one. For me, I would say Goldie, Inner City Life.
That's what I was going to play. But I was going to play that for drum and bass, not jungle.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd say that was drum and bass.
But it's an old tune.
Yeah, Yeah, it's very old.
It wouldn't be in a drum. I don't know. I don't think it would be in a drum and bass category.
But you see that's like a Wolverhampton anthem. You know what I mean? True State's
Oh, yeah, of course.
You play
Yeah,
that,
of
it's
course,
shelling up
of course.
anything. It shells up
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Inner City Life. Or if you got a bit of Ronnie Size.
Yeah, Donald Sofa just said Ronnie Size.
Yeah, Ronnie Size, Heroes or something. You know what I mean?
The difference is in the BPM, man.
Yeah.
Because in Inner City Life, when you clock it, it's actually really slow to drum and bass. Drum and bass now is like 185. 185.
That's some heart,
you know what I mean?
heart attack inducing business.
Man. Yeah. So I think what is it? No, it's about about 180, I think.
Yeah.
But in
it's 160 up, isn't it? 160 up.
Yeah. It starts around 160.
So was Garage 130?
130, 140. Yeah.
Originally, it'll be about 126, really. Probably even slower.
Oh,
but
really?
on average, UKG is around 130. Between 130 and 136. Until Zinc released 138 Trek, and that's when it started getting faster.
So what is this considered as? What is this
the
considered
accuracy
as?
of the BPMs that are being quoted?
Oh, that's considered a shell. That's what that one's called. That's a shell.
Yeah, 100%.
So is this drum and bass or garage?
This is garage gospel, man. Have you ever listened to the words on this tune?
Oh, now I know it's gospel. My big thing was I was trying to get a choir in America to sing this in the church where we got married.
Crazy.
Wow.
Man, this is a gospel song, like you said.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tune that is, man.
Straight up. You know,
gospel garage.
Like we were saying earlier with certain tracks, innit? It's like the words just give it a whole different meaning, man.
Absolutely.
It's a garage tune, but the words. I remember the first time I listened to the words of Terry Garman. Anyway, is it Anyway? But that's a straight. It was getting played in pure slow jam sets. But if you listen to the words, completely different, man. Completely different. I think it was Anyway. I've got it here somewhere.
Super tough.
Gospel garage.
Super tough. It's interesting though, listening to like jungle, listening to drum and bass, and like how drum and bass has different genres within that genre. You have your liquid, you got your whatever, intelligent, you got your whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and everyone has their own kind of favourites. I remember going to what festival was it, man? Creamfields, right? And they had a drum and bass tent, right? And that were my kind of drum and bass, man. It was like they had one record. It was like about 4 foot wide, and they played the same tune the whole night. it was like, just hurt my head, man. I was like, what the hell is this?
4 feet wide, You
get me? And it was on like 33 and a third, man. It was long.
32-inch vinyl.
I swear to God. I was like, this isn't my kind of drum and bass. This isn't me. You know what I mean?
The needle was red by the time it finished.
Yeah, man. That was before I was dusty as well, man. And I was on that, for real. That
This
wasn't
is
me.
interesting because, I mean, this is part of the reason why we kind of created the app, because genres kind of got blurred. Your definition of what drum and bass is isn't the same as what someone else's definition is.
Precisely.
So that's why we went to actually choosing the songs to match as opposed to the genres. Yeah, you can kind of get the general genre, but hip hop for one group is not the same hip hop that another group.
100%.
There's certain DJs who play hip hop who are not going to make it onto Diesel's Ray Train.
Serious.
This is true.
No, for real. 100%.
I remember going to a drum and bass dance, and it was Fabio, Groove Rider, like that. It was that type of music. You get me? And unfortunately, Bassman was the MC, and it was just like these two.
Unfortunately,
listen.
No, the language.
It was just like you just spoiled the whole night, man. You get me? Because the man kind of came with it was more like a mellow, nice vibe.
Yeah, that's their thing.
Me? And when it's like, oh, you're not gonna
just war
action, it's just like, bro, I don't hear about no pump action. You get me? You sport the whole vibe.
I remember going to because Quest is having a reunion again this year, but I went to the last one. They had an all-nighter at the Civic when it was open in Wolves, and I go, yeah, let's go to the reunion, man, be dope. So I went to this thing now, and it was playing. I can't remember if Fabio was there, but there was Randall was playing. And I remember Randall, come on, he started his set and there was guys playing before him. Then when he came on, it was like my man had like a different amp or something because his things just sounded different. You know what I mean? And then when he came off, everybody just sounded kind of normal again. Do you know what I mean? How he connected up was just different. But then when I listened to everybody else's sound, it was like it was kind of like the Creamfields kind of vibe, man. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't me. And you know, like when you used to go to a rave, you used to have like a chill out room where it's kind of a bit more mellow. Like in the main room, it was like 180 BPM. In the chill out room, it was about 179. Do you know what I mean? There was no escaping it, man. I was like, I can't take this no more, man. I couldn't take it, man. I had to bounce, man. About half 3, I had to bounce. I couldn't take it. It was too much, man. It was too much.
All right. So
You
based
need
on these genres, everyone go around and pick out of the UK genres, which one would you say is your personal favourite? So again, we had ska, jungle, UKG, drum and bass, grime, lovers rock, acid, northern soul, dubstep, punk, indie, and then question mark drill. What would you say is your personal favourite UK created genre?
Tough. I'm not
Mine
even.
would have. Yeah, go on, Dave.
No, go, Diesel.
For me, I couldn't split jungle and garage out of my. It'll be one of those, but I don't know which one.
Me personally, I'd say jungle, drum and bass.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I would say drum and bass.
My own certain type of drum and bass, not any old drum and bass. That's
yeah. Of course,
yeah, straight.
And that's why I said drum and bass more than jungle, because more of a drum and bass head than a jungle head.
Yeah. I know what you're
Very
saying. I know what you're
distinct,
saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
I think for me, it'd probably be garage more than anything.
But UKG.
Yeah. Inside.
UKG.
Outside.
Inside.
What do I listen to?
Better make some noise.
Make me some toast. Sorry.
Machino Crew.
Make me some toast, you know.
Make me some toast.
It's on you, grown folks. It's on you.
I would probably
You
have to
visited.
go, and I don't know if we actually spoke of this one. Probably jazz funk, UK
Okay.
jazz funk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we have an example of
the
that?
world? A little bit of Light of the World, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Nice.
Beggar and
Yeah.
Co, that kind of thing.
So those are
Bluey and his peoples.
Yeah. Before the next one, remind me, where would you say Attica Blues sits in all of that?
And Young Disciples in that as well.
Yeah.
Where would they sit?
I'd say again that's like acid jazzy kind of flex, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's kind of like a
with a drum and bass influence and a
I
breakbeat.
like that,
kinda.
man. I like that stuff. At the moment, I'm really into like my broken beats kind of jazzy business. Do you know what I mean? Which is kind of like a knock on from all that come before it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Like Bugs in the Attic and all those kind of crews. Yeah, man. Dope.
Yeah.
Super.
Okay, so
What
those
about
are
you,
our
Frick?
personal favourites. What was that? Sorry.
What about you, Frick?
In terms of my personal favourite.
Mm.
Yeah, I said drum and bass, man. Drum and bass. Yeah.
Cool.
Second would be grime, I'd say.
Big up Bigger G though. He sees it. He sees it exactly how I see it. Like the drum and bass thing, yeah, but there wouldn't be no drum and bass if it wasn't for the jungle.
Yeah, true.
I don't know, man.
There wouldn't be. It's the same as, you know,
I need to check the timeline.
If there was no hardcore, there'd be no jungle.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
true.
mean?
So-
it's true, man.
Yeah.
Man, like,
Hold on.
'cause
So
I
Goldie was
remember the
doing jungle
transition.
before he done drum and bass.
Say again.
So when Goldie done like for real, yeah, was it Ragamuffin? He done his first single. Was it Ragamuffin? Roughneck. What was it?
Remember, Inner City Blues. Well, that was like
Inner City
94 or
Life.
something like that. Inner City.
Inner City Life.
When you check it though, right? Like
I would
Quest-
class that as jungle though. I'd say that is drum and bass. That is definitively straight drum and bass, not
I
jungle.
don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know.
If you
Roughage,
check,
that's
if you
what
check,
it is.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Respect
if you
Richie.
check
Yeah,
like
man.
the timeline of when like jungle first started to come in, it was like from the rave scene, the dance scene, and then you used to get like the break beats with like some ragga sample over the top of it. And then it just became more and more of that, and then nights just turned into jungle dances all of a sudden. That's what Quest turned into.
Jungle was
turned
after.
into a jungle dance all of a sudden. I was
Crocs
like,
was
raw, what
confirmed it
happened?
as well. So it was drum and bass first because it went like rave,
Yeah.
like proper hardcore rave,
Yeah.
acid, and then kind of drum and bass, and then the merging off that was the jungle, and then off that came the flipping UKG, the grime.
We need to get Chat GPT to draw us a timeline.
A timeline.
See there?
Richard Rank says Jungle was first. Okay, we're going to give that going on.
I feel Jungle was first. I feel
even
Jungle was
House and
first.
Garage was before Jungle. Well, UK Garage
Not
was
UK.
after Jungle, but House and Garage was before Jungle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Chicago House.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, man. That was flipping 80s. That was.
That was late 70s, man. That stuff.
Just wondering, is Wiley a genre?
Well, he
He's
came up
grimy.
with the sound,
Genre.
didn't he? He was the one who kicked the doors down.
Yeah, man.
His sound kicked the doors down and changed everything in Garage. I was
where
playing
grime.
Garage heavily them times then, so yeah.
Some Esky boy.
Wiley might as well be a genre.
Well, he said his genre is Esky. That's
Yeah,
what he said, didn't it?
it was that one sound.
Yeah.
You remember that sound?
That
he made
bass
that
line.
one sound and that was it. He was gone.
When I'm around here. I rated that tune though. When I'm here.
When I'm here,
When I'm here.
Oh yeah.
Bad man tune that is, you know.
All right, real quick. I'm just looking at the time. So we've said our personal favourite genres. Which one do you think, out of all these UK genres, would be the most influential, most impactful on the music in the music world? Out of all of those, which one has been the most influential, most impactful?
Jungle drum and bass is all over the world now.
I
man.
would just.
I think
that's
so.
what coming to mind, yeah.
It's all over the
I'd say
whole
so.
planet.
And it's making a comeback like the old jungle, like the 90s style jungle. People are making that again.
Well, they're
now.
remaking it, aren't they? They're remaking
Yeah,
it.
they're remaking it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And going on mad with it now. Yeah.
And I think it's been
So
synced
much
as
new
well a few
jungle.
times. You know, they'll take it and sync it. They'll sync it to film a few times, if I'm not mistaken. You'll hear it in certain films.
Yeah.
I don't think you hear as many of the other genres in films in terms of global impact.
Yeah.
So off the back of that,
Say
then,
good night
which
to
one would you
Vinyl
say?
Sofa. She's bowing out. Good night, Vinyl Sofa.
All right, good night.
Bye, Vinyl Sofa. Thanks for passing through, sis.
Night, Vinyl
You came up with
Sofa.
such flat,
Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was going to say. So, which one would you say is the most successful then, in terms of financially? Which genre would you say has reached
Jazz
the most
funk?
money?
Maybe.
More than drum and bass
I
or
think
UK
I might
garage?
still stick with jungle drum and bass. To be
Same,
honest.
and probably more drum and bass. You know, thinking about it now, because a lot. Think about it. If in the laws of the music industry, drum and bass is probably the only one where they own 100% of the publishing.
Yep.
Because jungle is pure samples.
Heavily
Everything's a
sampled,
sample.
yeah.
You get me? Where drum and bass, unless they're really going to take them to task over the break beats they've used. And even nowadays, you know, that they're creating their own break beats, splice and all that, and whatever else. Where everything else, you know, the chords and everything, it's 100% played and owned.
Ah,
Sammy
somebody
Grime.
brought into Richie Ranks brought in Jamiroquai, who has made the most money of any man in the world.
Ferraris.
No, I'm
paid in Ferraris,
I'm
man.
not even joking. This dude has made a killing.
Yeah, man.
Dear. Where would he sit then? What's that?
Isn't that part of
jazz?
Acid
Scotty.
jazz?
Yeah, something like that. He calls himself funk, though, doesn't he? I think he tries to call himself funk,
Is he retired?
but I think it's.
You can probably
I
afford
think
to.
he is.
He's just riding around in Ferraris, mate. Purple Ferraris.
Well, I've heard stories about his income, and I don't know how much of it is music.
Spending it on
Allegedly.
hats.
Clever
Cat in
accounting.
the hat.
Clever
Yeah,
accounting.
man. Yeah. No, it's interesting though. I agree with you there though, Frick, about the fact that things like genres like your drum and bass, where like, obviously like with jungle, people were using the amen break over and over again and chopping that up and making a beat. And using samples from like old dub records and stuff, and you know what I mean, using that over and over again. But then drum and bass was kind of more people using their own sounds. People that went more sound design and made their own sound and singing their own drums. Like you look at what do you know, like Lemon D. and Dillinger, like their drums, they sound different, boy. You know what I mean?
You said Dillinger. I was going to draw for Dillinger earlier.
Are you going to draw for Yeah, man, do that, please. Thank you very much.
Friction wants to make someone fight in here tonight, mate.
Yeah, man, it was a flip over a table and that. Jeez.
I like this drum.
Yeah. God.
There you go. Something for that for a Monday night.
Man, let's all go lay our head down and go to sleep.
It's wide open stuff.
But I just want to mention the point Croc made here as well about grime artists having creative control and commercial success. It's a really good point. When you look at someone like Lethal Bizzle, who we mentioned earlier, what he's been able to do independently with a genre of music that is directly UK birthed is amazing, man. He's built an empire. Do you get what I'm saying? And again, if you look at what he's done, it's all in-house, all owns. You know, probably a few tracks he's got samples here and there, but he's written it. He's worked with producers that have produced it directly.
Yeah.
So.
How that whole movement kind of spawned with like was it Lords of the Mic? Was it where they had like the clashes between two MCs and then all the tapes going off and everything? You know, how the whole thing kind of
organic, man.
Sprung up is dope, man. You know what I mean? It was super dope. A lot of talented people, and if you just looking at straight MCs, people who master mic control. You look at people like Kano. You look at people like Getz. You look at man like Dirty Goods. Those dudes are top tier, man. Top tier. I'd hold them up, man, up against anyone from the States.
They're rappers, though. They're not MCs. They're rappers.
Yeah, definitely. So, man, I didn't like the first wave of grime with rapping on it. I didn't like it because I was more of a lyricist, man. Do you get what I'm saying? And I just felt like it was watered down. But as it grew and matured, you know, like you said, the MCs began to really, the rappers really began to
excel,
stand,
you
really
see,
rise
I
to
say the word MC. I use the phrase MC as, you know what I mean, a microphone controller, as in I use MC in hip hop. You know what I mean?
100%.
Someone might say MC and think is someone just repeats the same thing over and over again. You get me? So probably in the wrong context. That's what I mean. I'd class them in the same kind of breath as a hip hop MC. Do you know what I mean? They are, you know what I mean? People like Kano, amazing, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Masters of their craft, boy. You know what I'm saying? Wicked.
For real.
Although I did feel like he switched up the style to go into the charts, but he still probably had that rawness for the streets. He's kind of doing both at the same time.
I think it's how a lot of these guys started. I think a lot of these guys were rappers up until the point of when grime did get to a certain level where they just applied what they do to faster beats. And they became, you know, garage MCs, if that's what you want to call it.
I mean, you look at what Getz is doing now.
Yeah, a lot of them are rapping on hip hop beats and that again now.
Yeah, man. Getz is top tier. When you hear Getz now, it's like when he came out, he was like a hardcore battle MC. When you hear him now, he's going in, man, and it's like he's slowed it down, he's toned it down, but he's saying some stuff, and he's probably making the best music I've ever heard from him. Yeah, man.
I heard that one that he was. What it was Was it a Fire in the Booth thing?
Oh, that one is ridiculous. I've heard
where it was like 100. What was it? What was this? It was like 1 million views or something, a million followers or something, and he did a special. Let me try and look that thing up, man, because those bars that he spit on there were ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? How the video was shot and everything. It was chef's kiss, boy. Every time, boy. It's fire. Bad boy.
So where does UK rap sit in all of this? When you think about people like, say, Okay, Dave. Where does Dave sit genre-wise? Can you put him into a genre? Someone like Dave, someone like Jay Huss. You missed.
I don't know. Was it
Bugsy
getting to, I
Malone.
don't know. Was it getting to a point where every song had a xylophone in it?
Bling, 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 bling.
Yeah, and they would do it more kind of R&Bing up the grimish feel.
Yeah.
To appeal to they would sing their own hooks, which rappers in the US generally wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Unless you
So were they creating their own genre, or was it just a case of, okay, this is UK hip hop evolved?
I think it's evolved.
Yeah, it's almost like a merging of
the UK stamp on it, if that's a way to put it, because they're not doing it over typical hip hop beats as we know them. You know, a lot of their tunes are over those sweet R&B raggerish kind of beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they're rapping on top of that. You know, so it's not hip hop how we know it, but it's hip hop, I guess.
Yeah. And then you got someone like AJ Tracy. He'll do kind of a classic dancey sounding track, but he's rapping on it.
Yeah, but he'll spit on a garage tune as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't know. They're very versatile in terms of what they can do now. So it's kind of it's harder to bracket them because
they can kind of dip in and out of different genres. They can do a bit of jungle. I mean, a bit of like, say UKG, grime, road rap, trap.
Yeah, exactly.
They can dip in and out, man.
Will do garage
Afro beats.
Jump. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to put them in that box now. So
I guarantee by summer, all of those top tier UK rappers are going to have an Amapiano tune. All of them.
Oh, yeah,
Mist,
100%.
Bugsy Malone,
100%.
all of them will have something
They
on
haven't
Amma.
already.
Yeah.
They haven't already.
Boys, yo, it's 11, you know, fam. Raw.
Already.
It's been another nice one. We got one message from my G, Mr. Croc. If pioneers of UK hip hop had internet and social media that allowed them to creative control, the grime artists have to be more influential and made more money. 100%. 100%.
Grime might not even exist if that was
It's true.
the case.
Yeah.
Grime might not even exist.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, maybe it would have evolved there eventually, but probably not in a way it did. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because they had that reach, they had that distribution, direct to consumer. Boom, like you said, make it in your yard, upload it, make it on your PlayStation, upload it. 10,000 views.
It's mad how influential UK hip hop was, like late 80s, early 90s hip hop was, like your hijacks and your gunshots and your Son of Noise. Mate, do you know what I mean? Like Cuba said he got his style from listening to DJ Supreme.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He listened to, like, the British scratching was just mad. You know what I mean? Them man do some different things.
It's true.
So,
and
you know,
it's
as well. Cool, man. Timberland apparently got his style from here in Jungle over here.
Wow.
And you can hear it.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
I mean, that's a topic I've been wanting to speak about for a while. Is the balance between UK production and US production. There was a point where US were leaders, head and shoulders above everyone, and as time's gone on, the UK sound and the UK producers, it's almost leveled out. And then, like I was saying, with like things like drill, them man are the leaders in that industry, in that genre. The UK producers are like them, the ones the Americans want to work with. So it's like it's gone from being, kind of following. We always wanted to sound like how the Americans sounded, where now it's like, nah, man, this is our sound. We're doing our thing.
It's 180 now, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
It's Drake coming over and starting to mingle.
It's true. It's true.
Drake. Wowzers.
And then Stormzy saying, "No, Jay-Z, it's okay. They want you on my track."
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice, and people, shall we wrap it up there and say stick a pin in it? Because I think this thing's got legs, man. For real. Yeah, man, it's dope, mate. Dope. So much music has come from the UK and been influenced by the UK and influenced by other things, and then bastardized by the UK to make it even better. You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
it's dope, man. It's dope to listen to it, man. And then maybe we'll play some more music next time. Because me like that. Me like hear some bass line. You know what I mean?
Like a bass line.
Me like the bass line, this year. Yeah, man. So, people, many thanks for passing through, all chat room crew.
Yeah,
Much love for passing through, man. I hope you enjoyed the conversations and the interactions, man. It's been a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
Wicked, man. Yo, let's have a quick round robin, man. See what people are doing today.
Good night, Laney.
Karen James.
Karen
Good night,
James.
sister. Big up, Karen.
Yeah,
Bless up, bless up.
Mr. Diesel, sir. When you next on,
Yes,
bro?
sir.
You got any events coming up, or what nights you doing? What you up to, bro?
Right, so I should be streaming tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Wednesday we got the old school hip hop raid train. Friday now, we're gonna be at the Ritzy. The information will come out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be this Friday, and yeah, that's it for this week.
Boom.
And just keep an eye on my Instagram, man. There'll be stuff coming out tomorrow.
Lovely, jubbly. Mr. Knight, what are you saying, sir?
Yes. Nothing on the horizon for the next week. However, I may pop up on Twitch, and of course you can get a flavour for what I play on caramelradio.com. And Bigger G's also asked where he can get one of the tops, and you can go to peaceloveandtshirts.com. peaceloveandtshirts.com. This one today is plantain lovers do not count calories. Correct. Sorry.
Oh boy.
And what about you, Grown Fox? What are you saying, sir?
Well, for me, Thursday I'll be doing a Twitch session from 7 p.m. playing some soul, funk, and jazz. Saturday morning I'll be on Digital Soul Radio, and if you tune in on Saturday morning, you can hear a track that I'm on where I feature called Music Halls, and it was in the charts at number 1 last week for the pre-release.
Oh, he's just at number 1.
Yeah, just number 1.
Just at number 1.
He's got number 1.
Yo, people give the man a
number 1
people,
artist.
vibes in the chat, man. About number 1 artist on the thing, you know. Number 1, you know, not 3, you know, 1.
And
Juan's Juan. Juan. You know what I mean? That's
Juan
what
sheet.
man's a Juan.
Juan
Juan.
sheet.
He's a Juan.
Well, yes, release another 4 tracks, and then you number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You get me? Number 1.
And once
You feel me?
once we release the real Soundcheck theme dub plate, whichever we want to go with on that, that's going to be number 1 as well. So we'll all be
All
on
day.
number 1 on
All
that
day.
one for sure.
God
And,
willing.
yeah, Monday I'm on Channel Radio from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. and then come over here with my brothers on the Real Soundcheck podcast.
Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Thank you.
Dave,
Friction, what are you
see-
saying, sir?
Yeah, man. So
Oh, sorry, Diesel, were you going to say something, bro?
No, I was just saying to Dave, did he see the fight and talk in the chat?
I did. I thought, you know what?
Oh no! Oh no!
You know what? I watched that
We
too.
might have to, you know, reconvene on that.
That
one.
might have to be a topic.
Yeah,
one day.
I'm telling you.
It should be.
I didn't see it, you know. What happened? What did I miss?
It just said,
It's,
there you go.
Oh, France. Oh, Lord. Don't want to start that again.
Well, I'm just going to
Lord.
quote one of Dave's lyrics, and I'm just going to say it right.
You get me?
The only thing we
I'll
planting
leave
is
it at that.
plantain. Say it right.
Real talk, mate. Mr. Friction, what are you saying, sir?
Yeah, man.
What you up
You
to,
can
bro?
catch me Wednesday, old school hip hop raid train with my brother Diesel and the rest of the man them.
Man them.
Fridays 7
Hold on.
till-
Is it first of
Go
the
on.
month? So is it anything goes Wednesday?
Oh, crap.
Already?
Hold on.
It is for real. Hold
Yeah,
on.
it
It
is.
is.
You have to tell man things. You know what,
What,
I
you
mean?
in? You in, Tech? What are you saying?
Boop.
What?
It's anything
Yo, I've got a
goes.
space. You got a space for me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because Croc's not here, is he?
I'm down. Down.
There you go. And it's anything goes Wednesday, so yeah,
I'm down.
It's going down.
Dave, what you
Looking
saying?
forward to that.
When you say anything goes, what do you mean? Like anything within hip hop?
Any genre.
Anything within, within
Hip-hop.
hip-hop.
Sorry,
Yeah,
any
from
New stuff,
era.
old
Sorry,
stuff, whatever.
Okay.
Any era.
What time? Well, we'll discuss. We'll discuss.
That's a new quote. Send me a purchase order.
My people will phone your people. And then
Dear me.
You send the Ethereum, right? You know what I mean? Deposit 25 million in your bank account.
Just to show me that you real about this thing.
You know what I mean? I don't know time wasters. You know what I mean? I'm a business man.
I'm a business man.
Man. Yeah, I will be on. I'll be on the hip hop raid train apparently Wednesday. Thursday be 10 till 12, and then on Friday 10 till whenever with my watch alongs. So yeah, all on Buddha Palm TV on Twitch. So yeah, man, that's me.
Buddha.
I didn't
so
finish
people,
mine.
once again, many
I
thanks.
got to finish mine.
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, big up the events as well, man.
I do
Big up
a
the event,
thing
man.
on a Wednesday as part of the Hip Hop Raid Train. I'll get the 10 till 11 slots, depending on whether we've got any guests or not. So yeah, and then Friday 8 till 10 Fricktape Mixtape show. Last week, well, Friday gone, we done 2 hours of funk, and rare groove, which I enjoyed. So yeah, I've kind of switched it up a little bit now. I'm not just going straight hardcore hip hop anymore. I'm kind of going here or there. So yeah, man, that went well. And then, as I mentioned, in terms of events-wise, I've just released or made the initial announcement for the Casual Brunch, which is a new event brand I'm pioneering, or I'm testing or trialing. So check out the details at casualbrunch.uk. It's going to be in May, so look out for that. The tickets are available at the moment, but it's only for the private members groups. If you're not in a private members group, you can't get the super early bird tickets. So go to the website, find out how to join the group, and get your super early bird tickets and get your bank holiday sorted.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. Brat.
Right, that's right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
Yeah, quick nod. Just say that I've got Buddha Palm Cinema Club is back in Wolverhampton for the Wolverhampton crew. March the 18th, Saturday, March the 18th at 8 p.m. at the Claregate pub. We'll be rocking Enter the Dragon with a Buddha Palm seasoning dip on the ting. You know what I mean? Updated Buddha Palm soundtrack on top of Enter the Dragon. So yeah, it'd be wicked to see you, man. If you like that kind of thing. Music vibes, some nice bit of food, flim. You know what I mean? FLIM, not FILM. You know what I mean? That's how we're going. So
I don't know why I feel like I walk in and there'll be a dojo.
like Larry Dickham, you know?
With the cigarette hanging
Yeah,
off.
cigarette
Just handing
around.
out a cigarette to everyone who comes in. Let it hang off your tongue.
Yeah, man. So people, again, man, enough respect for passing through. It's been beautiful. Till next week. Let me find these end sexy credits.
And remember, people, y'all can get in touch with us below where it says reachalttv@gmail.com. If you got a subject that you want us to discuss, or you have some recommendations, some constructive feedback, anything, please reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Indeed. And thanks to everyone in the chat for coming along. And thanks to those who are sharing with their friends, letting them know what's happening here on the Real Soundcheck podcast every Monday from 9.
Beautiful, man. Thank you, gentlemen, man. It's always a pleasure, man. My brothers.
Absolutely.
Big up.
Love. Till next week, people. For those see you before, have a great one. And I'll see you next week, yeah? Later.
Peace. I've heard this song somewhere before.
I heard it before.